What's up, fam? Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Come talk some Sixers, Phillies with the Misfits. Here we go.
Oh my God!
I'm embarrassed!
He's flying!
Welcome in. It's almost time.
And we are live. Another edition of Agreed to Disagree here on A2D Radio, brought to you by our doc, Make 'em Yours, Specialized Physical Therapy. As you see, no sweeps, no Tommy, Brian Wilson, myself, Greg Milakvik here.
How are you?
Bringing it to you as those guys are probably battling out on the baseball field. A little 10U action late this Sunday night. So we got a lot to talk about. We're going to end the show as we always do with our Crumb of the Week. NFL Eagles draft this week coming up Thursday. I know there's a lot of talk around the number 10 pick and the number 30 pick as well. We got some Phillies are playing well. Winners of 2 straight series. Big win today. Bats came alive today in what looked like a good weather up there in Philadelphia. But our main topic at hand is going to be Sixers sweeping the Nets and awaiting pretty much the Boston Celtics is what it's going to come down to.
Yep.
So as we dive into that, our poll question of the night is going to be brought to you by Baggio's Bread, located in Mount Laurel, New Jersey, home of the best stuffed breads, tomato pie sandwiches, cutlets, meatballs. Mention A2D Radio, get 10% off your in-store purchase. I tell you what, being down here in Florida, I miss a place like Baggio's Bread.
Oh.
I miss Baggio's Bread in general.
Yeah, just the bread down there.
Like that down here.
The bread down there, shit.
In Florida, it's horrendous.
That's the biggest difference, really.
It really is. And I
like,
love
you can get. Everyone's always like, "Why are the sandwiches different down there?" Like, if you ever been down there, it's mainly because the bread sucks.
It's bread. It's bread.
Everything else is good. Bread sucks.
Absolutely. It's completely the bread. I miss Baggio's every time I'm home. I stop in and say hi to the guys. Remember, A2D Radio gets you 10% off your order.
Yeah.
Well, let's get right into it.
They got great breads over there too. I was
really
eating a bunch. I was over Tommy's for Cass's birthday. They had all kinds of Baggio stuff over there. I was gobbling away. I was like, I'm on a diet, but whatever.
What is a diet, right? What is a diet? We all get a diet at the end, right? Let's go.
On the weekends. On the weekends, I'm on a diet.
So we're going to get into our poll question. After sweeping the Brooklyn Nets in the first round of the playoffs, the Philadelphia 76ers now in the best position to advance past the second round. Agree, disagree. Wilson, I'll start this off, and I'm going to say disagree. I want to agree. I really do. We mentioned it off show right before we went live. We talked last week about our confidence level after, first couple games, and here you go, Glitchy Greg.
Oh, there he is.
Where's Prism? Is that a booby? Is that a booby?
Uh-oh.
Oh, my God. All right, here we go.
Should have worn my Prism shirt.
What is going on?
I can hear you, though. I can hear you. That's good.
That's the best part, right? You got to face the radio.
I didn't say it.
We talked about their confidence level last week and how it was improved or mostly improved. And we really thought that until we watched Game 3 of this series, and we watched Joel Embiid essentially just be a giant mop on the floor. He was moping around. He looked probably his worst game of his career.
Just stay off the floor, dude.
And he was
almost embarrassing.
He was a mop. Thankfully, we won the game. It was a great game by Tyrese there. And then Toby and Paul Reed stepped up in Game 4 to ensure us the sweep. But if Joel, as we've said from the end of the season all the way through now, if Joel is not healthy, it's not going to matter. Boston's really good.
Yeah, that's
not shocking That's not shocking by any means. But
no, they're so
good.
Is
really good.
They're so good.
And if Joel is not 100%, I can't say they're better. Can they still win the series? 100%. But I can't say they're in the best position to advance. I just can't because Joel's not 100%.
No, I hear you. I
still think there's going to be a series, and I still think they potentially can win the series. But I don't know that I can say they're in the best position because obviously their best players not 100%.
True. I hope that he's going to be fine. It seems like just like a thing, but I don't like when already like Doc come out like, well, we're not sure when he'll be back.
Yeah,
I don't like that
absolutely.
kind of shit. Just shut your mouth, Doc. Why are you saying that? Glenn, shut up, Glenn, shut up. But like to me, Greg, I'll actually agree, and it's mainly because we got the sweep against a bad Nets team. Now we all said that we had to get that sweep. We thought 5 games, maybe it might go 5. Like Brooklyn probably should have won Game 3. They kind of shot themselves in the foot at the end, but hey, we'll take it. So yeah, to me, and what's up, everybody? Chime in. I see everybody. What's up, Pete? But like, I'm gonna say we are because of the sweep, and we're gonna get a week off. Now, granted, we're going to need the week off because Joel's not healthy. But to me, we seem to be firing on all cylinders. And obviously, I mean, listen, it's a toss-up. Are we going to beat Boston? I don't know. I want to say, I said last week we're going to. I want to say we can. It's going to be a tough series, and we're going to need Joel to be really good. Joel's going to have to be really good because we've seen how Boston defends them. They don't double and triple like the Nets were doing. They're going to play him one-on-one, and he's going to have to eat in that series because they're going to play everybody else tough one-on-one. So now everybody else is going to be getting open looks like they got this series. And if you haven't been watching Boston, they play some pretty decent defense. Yeah, and they do everything you want. They got guys that are superstars. They got guys that do the dirty work. They got everything. So they're going to be an extremely tough task. I still think we are in our best position that we've been in. Like the question, I would say, is correct, except for obviously the Joel knee is the big thing hanging over our heads here. I want to think that he's fine. But, I mean, I don't know. Is he fine? I don't know, Greg. And like you said, Game 3 was a disaster. That was a great win. Great gutsy win. Mainly by Tyrese.
And he was ice cold, too, for a portion of that second half.
Yeah, for sure.
And he came alive in that fourth quarter.
He might have hit the ground 15 times in that game.
That's not an exaggeration. You're absolutely right.
No, seriously. And some of them, like, come on, dude. Like, you're 7'2", huge, strong man. Like, stop flopping. The flopping looks bad. It's just bad optics. I don't like it. Just play strong. Be tough. All right? Stop falling to the ground. You're hurt so much because you're constantly falling to the fucking floor. And you're 7'4". I'm 6'6". If I fall over a bunch, I'm going to get hurt.
It hurts.
Jesus Christ,
I'm not even 6 foot. It hurts if I fall over.
What are we doing, dude? You're 7'4". Stay on your feet.
Yeah.
What are you doing? I hate it. I hate him. I've been saying this for years. I hate him constantly going on the floor. He's on the floor more than a guard.
Yeah.
I hate it.
No, he really is. And it was exaggerated in Game 3.
Oh,
I was glad.
I was not even just on the floor, Greg. Sorry, but he was moping and he was just standing 3-point line. It was ugly.
It was probably, like I said, it was one of his worst games of his career, and we still were able to win. And I was glad that whether it was an injury or not, I was almost glad that he did sit on yesterday, and we were able to win because regardless of injury or not, it was almost like he needed a day off.
Yeah,
right? He needed a game. Something had to change because that game, what was it, Thursday night? It ended up being. Was it Thursday? Yeah, Thursday because we played yesterday. So Thursday night was not. It wasn't pretty. From his standpoint. Everything else turned up roses because we did win a game. And Joshua, I do agree. The sweep, especially the Game 4 win, has given me more confidence about our chances of advancing. I do agree, but it's still it's like the post our social guys posted the other day, right? Death taxes Joel injured in the playoffs, right? It's just it's a huge cloud just coming and just hovering over us forever.
It is. It's extremely unfortunate. I still think that, like this, I mean, we all said this series doesn't matter against the Nets. Like, we knew we were going to walk through the Nets. They're not good. They shouldn't even have been the 6th seed. But, and we knew that Boston's going to get through Atlanta. So this is a battle, a clash of the Titans coming here. Like, this should be a great series. And I want him to be fully healthy. I want him to play great. I want us to win. But I also don't, like, right now, I am a little nervous, Greg. I will agree with you that I'm nervous. Like, we gave our confidence level last week. If you remember, we were doing the confidence level thing. Yeah. My confidence level's down from where it was last week. I'll say that. And it's mainly because of Joel. And I hate that. But he doesn't have a great track history in the playoffs. And it's right back at it. Like, Christ almighty.
And real quick, I'm looking at the schedule as we go forward, and it looks like, I mean, Sunday, April 30th is technically Game 7 for all of those, for every series that didn't start on that Saturday, right? So the Heat, Milwaukee, New York, they're all games. That's their Game 7. Now they might not all go Game 7.
Yeah, I don't think any of them
Sunday.
are going to.
So,
but maybe
it doesn't
Western
look like
Conference.
it.
Maybe Western Conference.
Maybe depending here, maybe the Heat Bucks, depending on what is going on with Giannis. Right? You think the Bucks win? They play today, right? Tonight?
No, tomorrow. Right? No,
tomorrow. So
tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah, right? Yeah. No. So the Bucks win, they come up and even that series.
They don't play tomorrow. Actually, they don't play on Tuesday. I think.
Is that what it is?
I would assume Giannis will be back for that. It has to be. They're down 2-1, right?
They're down 2-1. You would think
he's got to be back. And there's 2 days off again for a game, right? Or no? Are they tomorrow?
They play tomorrow at 7:30.
Oh, they do. Okay, good.
Yeah, they play tomorrow at 7:30.
I mean that's a game. That's a game that the Bucks have to have.
Tuesday should be the end of the Boston series, right? Tuesday should be the end of the Boston series. That's
game 5 in Boston, right? Yeah, it's okay.
In Boston. That should be the end of it. But we know the NBA doesn't start the next series till almost just about everybody's done, right? You know what I mean?
Well, I would assume
it should give us a week. Is where I'm going. Is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah,
it should be
maybe
a week
Friday.
Of a rest for
maybe
Joel.
Friday.
Yeah, which is 1 day less.
Depending on if you said if the Boston ends Tuesday, we might play Friday, which is still almost a full week, and it's a week since he played. It's over a week since he's played.
Philly sports are big. I do think Joe's is going to play. That's not the problem. The problem is how he looks.
Yeah.
No, Joe.
No, exactly. That's
Bake,
where we are. He's going to play. But that's where we are too. Like, if he's going to be moping like Game 3, I mean, does that even help us? That's not going to help us. So, but yeah, it does.
When you sweep, the series goes quick.
Well, that and it's also like we started I feel like we started the first weekend, like the first game, and then we started this weekend first game to close it out. So it's like, it was a quick one for sure.
We ended up playing a week where everybody else is going into that second week, right? You know what I mean? Because we didn't.
Yeah, they haven't
even
played some of them haven't even played their fourth game yet, right?
Yeah,
which is crazy. Well, we talked about this last week. The NBA scheduling sucks.
Yeah, it's horrendous. It's just let's spread it out as long as we can, so we can keep just making more money.
Can we get 2 games every night so we can make as much money as possible? Which makes I get it from a business standpoint, but I hate it as well.
So looking back, I mean, obviously, I think most of us had 4 or 5 games. I had 5. I think you had 5. Just figuring
I said
the Nets
5.
would take 1, and we both agreed that it probably was.
Well,
game
they had
3.
I mean, they had Game 3. We just took it. We as they would say, we grasped victory from the jaws of defeat in Game 3.
Definitely. Is there anything in the opening series against the Nets that shocked you, either good or bad? Is there anything that kind of shocked you in from the Sixers standpoint, from the Nets standpoint, anything that stood out to you?
I would say I don't think anything really shocked me, but I would say I love the way. And mainly because you didn't see as much in the regular season, but I thought PJ Tucker really stood out.
Yes, I'm glad you brought that up.
Great, just great offensive rebounding. He was
a menace.
The Nets have had issues all year with defensive rebounding, but we dominated.
Boston, Dales.
We dominated.
Yes,
the offensive boards in this series. Like it was every time we needed an offensive rebound, we got an offensive rebound. It's crazy. We dominated the offensive boards. It was great to see. I thought Toby played really well. So we're going to need that continuing as we move forward here. So let's go.
There we go. Saturday, according to Bake, John Clark, or according to John Clark, because he says funny here. If that's a lie, John told it so.
Yeah. I mean, I would assume it's Saturday. Could be Friday. Like we said, it could be, but I would assume it's Saturday.
Yeah, no.
The other series would have to end for it to be Friday night. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you would need like you would probably need. I don't know. You know what? It's probably going to be Saturday because what's it called? I expect the Bucks. I expect the Bucks to win that series, and they're going to have to continue to. They're going to have to win 3 more games still. So
yeah, and Game 5 of the Knicks series is Wednesday. So
yeah, that's over. By the way,
that's over. Yeah.
I mean, I think Cleveland will probably win Game 5, and then the Knicks will win it in 6 at home. More than likely would be my guess. But yeah, I I thought the Knicks would win that series. I like the way the Knicks are built, and I don't like the way Cleveland's built. So,
I mean, just when you're
Donovan Mitchell, I don't like Donovan Mitchell.
When you're surrounded a dime a dozen type of guy, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do
Mitchell,
like.
He's a volume shooter in the playoffs that ruins it, right?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Terrible. He's a volume shooter that's loose with the ball. Can't have that.
Yeah,
can't have that. But I do. I like the young guy on their team a lot, who was just second in Defensive Player of the Year, Evan Mobley. I'm a big Evan Mobley guy. I will say that I'm a big Evan Mobley guy. I think he's a great player, but I don't like the Cavs. I don't like how they're built. I don't like Darius Garland. Another same. Him and Mitchell are the same player. They're volume shooters that are loose with the ball. I can't have that.
Yeah. So getting back to round one, like I said, I'm glad you brought up PJ Tucker. I thought he was an absolute menace when he was on the court. I thought he was going to bring exactly what we had anticipated him bringing once the playoff lights went on. Right.
Yeah,
whatever happened in the regular season, I chalk it up to an old guy playing a lot of basketball. But come playoff time, when the minutes are there,
those old guys don't care about the regular season.
Knew he was going to turn it on, but to his credit, didn't think he was going to be that much of a menace on the offensive boards as he was. Right? I mean,
he does a great job at reading the ball, he knows when guys shoot, like he knows how guys miss. I guess you can say, there's a knack.
Like
for
go
that.
back to Robin.
Robin was great at that. Yeah. Robin was
great at that. From that.
Barkley was always good at that. Guys like those guys that are great rebounders always were great at that shit. And he's got that knack in him.
And if he did grab the rebound, what I loved is he kept it alive, right? He kept it back up in the air to where it was, Brooklyn might have gotten it, but it wasn't an easy rebound, right?
Yeah, hustle plays, Greg. That's it's a B-ball Paul thing.
Yes.
Hustle plays.
B-ball Paul.
We love hustle plays.
Played great in Joe, even with Joel. In the few minutes each game that he got, I thought he played really well. He was under control. He didn't as Tommy likes to say, looks like a deer on a hardwood floor. He didn't look like that as much as he's going on. But the other guy I'm gonna highlight is Tyrese. I think Tyrese, the stats obviously show
it. Tyrese is a star player.
But he had a tremendous series, and he was the go-to guy because of the way Brooklyn played defense against Joel, right? They knew they had the smaller team. They knew they couldn't stand him going one-on-one, so they had to throw 3-4 guys at him, and Tyrese just ate that up. And Knight said he was cold. In early in the game or early third quarter, he found his stroke, and he was that aggressive kid that we've always wanted him to be, even within this offense of James and Joel and Toby. He was still able to find his, and he was the key. Without Tyrese, I don't know if we might struggle to win the series. The way the rest.
I don't know, but they would have won a couple games though.
Yeah, definitely. They definitely.
He's great, and he brings so much. Obviously, he brings so much offense to the floor, but he's so fast. He's like that change of pace guy. He's like almost like the change of pace back in like the NFL when you got like this like the Thunder Lightning type combo. Like he's the lightning. He just makes when he gets out running, everything looks better. Our team looks
absolutely.
We're flowing
100%. And big, the layups from James. That's not him usually. But that game wouldn't have been close yesterday if he makes half of his layups.
Yeah, we're just going to need him. I thought that he was solid in the series. Yeah. I wouldn't say he was great, but he was solid.
Yeah,
Harden was solid. So
I
don't know. I still don't understand how he got thrown out of that game.
I don't either.
I finally saw it. I was like, wait,
that's
how he got thrown out?
Yeah,
it wasn't. I thought he punched the guy in the groin. It was like it's like he braced himself almost.
Yeah.
I don't know. It
was weak.
He probably could have thrown out Joel over that.
That's what I think it was. I think it was a makeup for not throwing Joel out because that's the one you should have thrown out.
He kicked the guy.
Yeah. I thought Edmonton scored right there. I was getting real excited.
I just turned it off. I can't watch it. It's too
Wayne,
much.
I agree. Dales, I'm going to disagree that Sixers can't beat them. You're not wrong.
It's been a rough few years.
Toby was excellent. Toby again was excellent.
Yes, great. He was great.
Going back, he was probably our most consistent guy last year too in the playoffs. And I thought he did a great job when he had the likes of Dinwiddie, when he had the likes of Finney Smith or someone smaller than him, he got down the block and either took him to the hole or used his fadeaway inside the paint, and he was really good for us.
If you remember when we were really good, there was a stretch last year. I know season didn't end great, but there was a stretch after we got Harden last year where Toby was doing a lot of scoring.
Yeah.
And he was doing a lot of scoring in the post, taking guys down in the paint and like getting his shot. And I would love to see more of that from him. Like I thought he did a great job with that this series, and we're going to need him to do that against Boston because bottom line is we know this: Boston's going to man us up, and they're gonna say, "Listen, we play great defense, beat us." And so you're gonna have to get shots on your own. You're gonna have to create your own shots, and Toby's the guy that can do that. So Toby's gonna be a big guy, especially if Joel is a little banged up. Toby's a big part.
100%, and more than likely he's going to have one of Tatum or Brown on him. Right, because Smart's probably going to be on Maxey or Harden.
I would assume that Williams is going to be Maxey. On Joel most of the time. Robert Williams is probably on Joel most of the time. So probably
Ted. We're not saying Toby was better than Maxey. We already talked about Maxey. We were giving Toby his due. But yes, you're right. Maxey was better in the first round.
I think
they both played really well.
Probably the top two players on our team for the round. I would say
absolutely 100%. I did, though, to your point about James, I don't think you're
right.
I don't think he was great. I don't think he was great, but I did like his ability to score when we needed him to, and his ability to increase his scoring numbers based off of what the game was going, right? You know what I mean? Like I think he had a 25-pointer in there, but then, then he didn't have a great night Thursday or yesterday when he's missing all his layups. So,
I thought his jumper has looked pretty good.
Yes,
he has missed a lot of stuff in the paint.
Yeah,
a lot of little floaters and layups.
I think he's trying to draw the fouls that he's not getting.
Yeah,
so they just go up as missed shots.
I wish he. So obviously you got to see how they're going to call each series, but they were letting them play for the most part in that series against the Nets. It was pretty physical series, and so you got to know that. Like, okay, they're not going to give you that little call. So just go up strong then, because you're right. He would seem like he was just trying to get the contact and then throwing the ball up rather than like looking to score the ball.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Because he would draw it and then he would throw it up like he normally does, and they won't get the call. The playoffs, so that's just a missed shot, bro. Wayne Love,
that just looks ugly.
Yeah, love what Tyrese did, but now comes the real test playing against Boston. Absolutely, there's no question about it. But the way Tyrese plays, I think that plays anywhere. Right, the speed, the ability to shoot the three, the ability to beat you off the dribble, right? And I think that's what when we see Tyrese and we see the development and growth of Tyrese, I think that's the part of his game that we're most excited about is his ability to sustain that 3-point percentage and that 3-point game, and then also have the ability to drive past you.
It's gonna be a tough series for him. I'm sure that Boston's gonna try to key on him because I feel like I know Joel. Obviously, we know Joel. Joel's going to get his. Look, pretty much James is going to get his.
Here you go, Eileen.
I love me some Tyrese. Yeah. I feel like Tyrese is probably almost the motor that gets us going. He's almost the engine that gets us moving. And so if he has a bad game and he looks off, sometimes the whole team looks off.
Yeah,
so
no, absolutely.
I really feel like Boston's going to try to take him out. But the way to do that is they're probably going to put Marcus Smart on.
Marcus Smart plays
the majority of the time, yeah. And Marcus Smart's obviously a very good defender, so it's going to be tough on Tyrese. It's going to be a big series for him.
And then that puts length on James.
Yeah,
right. Because you're gonna have Harden or
means
who's their other guard?
Probably Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown probably on Harden, I would assume. Another good defender. And then Tatum on Toby, probably, right?
Tatum on Toby.
Yeah.
Horford on PJ.
Yep.
And Williams on.
And they'll probably be. Williams will get most of the time, but they'll probably do Horford as well. They might even they'll switch guys to try to keep him out of foul trouble, on Joel.
But I'm just thinking starter-wise.
For the most part, they're going to do one guy on him, though, like they did all year. So, if you know Joel, Joel had like 50 against them on the one game that we won against them. So, listen, it should be big games for Joel. He should be eating out there, and hopefully, I just don't want to see him open. I want to see dedicated, ready to roll, Joel.
Yeah.
Just don't be moping. I don't care. I don't even care if you miss shots. Just look aggressive and and don't look like you're moping out there. I can't. I'm a big body language guy. I hate that shit.
No, I hear
hate
you.
it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
The one thing about Joel's game in the first series, though, that you didn't measure was the good old hockey assist, though. I mean, he did a really good job early in the game, early in the series.
Yeah,
games
for sure.
1 and 2 especially. And
Especially
even
as soon as they got that double.
they were bringing so many guys. He had so many hockey assists that obviously they don't track here, right? So I think while game 3 was a tough one, I think games 1 and 2 he really, and even games 3 too. He just because he didn't take anything himself. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. Ted, do you think the Knicks have an easier road to the East Conference than us? I would count the Bucks out yet.
No, yeah, I think the Bucks are going to win that series.
It is funny though. It is interesting. Obviously, this year, there's a better chance.
Depending on Giannis,
possibly, the 8 possibly might upset, and obviously the NBA doesn't reseed, so there is always that. That chance. But I think the Heat Knicks is going to be a drag out series anyway. 2 old school playing teams. 2 teams that play.
You think the Heat are going to beat the Bucks?
No. I'm just going off of Ted's question.
That ain't happening. Bucks probably win 3 in a row, if I had to guess.
Yeah, no, I
would
agree.
assume Giannis plays. Now, listen, if Giannis doesn't play, then I mean, who knows?
Yes.
Then the Heat could win. Yes.
Problem is Boston was shutting him down. Let's see Tyrese carry. Yeah.
No.
I think the confidence is key.
Yeah. It's going to be big key because it's going to be really tough for him in this series. I'm hoping that it's going to be tougher to get to the hole. So I hope he stays with himself and takes the open jumpers when they're there. Because I have a lot of confidence in him on open jumpers. I think he shoots them great. So when they're there, he needs to shoot them.
See Tatum shove a ref today? I didn't watch the game. I'm watching hockey. I don't care about the NBA outside the Sixers.
I did watch.
3-1. Let's go, M&T. Come on, boys.
I did watch a good amount of the Celtics game. Boston's very good. I'll tell you that.
Boston Bill's got his panties in a bunch. No, I'm kidding, Bill. We love you. The ref cut in front of Tatum.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah, I didn't see it. Like I said, I didn't watch it. Eileen, y'all never. Will
Thanks,
here.
Eileen.
She corrected herself. I'm like, yeah, no, absolutely. Go Sixers. Ted, you guys nailed the Cavs series. Can't trust Mitchell. Nope.
Yep.
Told you. Why do you think Utah lost all those years?
Yep. I bet a good amount of money on the Knicks to win that series.
Yeah.
And I thought the Cavs would even give them a better game yesterday. I'm surprised that was kind of as easy as it was yesterday. Because that's when it's a 2-1 series, the 4th game is monster. It's either tied up or the series is pretty much over. That like tomorrow night is a monster game. I expect the Bucks to win, but it's a monster game. If the Heat can win tomorrow night, that is a huge win. And then I would agree with
Bill,
your
I saw it. Yeah, I'm just messing with you, buddy. What's that? I'm sorry.
No, I was saying I would if the Heat win tomorrow night, then I would agree with Ted that the Knicks are in a better position. But I like the Knicks team. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm obviously I hate Villanova, but I love me some Brunson.
Oh, Brunson is the difference.
And
100%.
Brunson is awesome. He's awesome. He just you know what he is? He's this calm killer out there, and he always
was.
Yes, he just knows what he's
always
doing. You know what I mean, Greg? He's never too fast.
It helps with the pedigree, right?
Slow.
How many times we talk about pedigree?
Yeah, of course.
We talk about pedigree all the time. And
he seems like he's not like he doesn't look like he's super athletic or anything, but he always gets to where he wants to be. He gets his shots off. He's like Larry Bird. He's like the point guard form of Bird.
He's so good because you thought when he went to Villanova he was going to be Villanova's first one and done guy, right? They don't have many one and done guys at Villanova, right? But you just continue to see him develop his game, and Jay help him develop his game. And by the time he was a junior to senior, he was a coach out on the court for Jay. You know what I mean? And his just veteranness, regardless of what status he has in the year and in the NBA, just shows in the playoffs and games like this to where the game slows down and you almost need that floor general type of person out there, and he's that. I mean, I picture Luka laying at home every night as like that Wolverine meme, like with the picture,
looking at
Jalen Brunson's like that photo, like come back to me, I miss you.
Meanwhile, he's got Kyrie.
Meanwhile, he's got flat earther Kyrie. Yeah, Cat is a loser also.
I mean, Cat been a loser forever.
Your name spells a cat. Like, come on.
I like me some slow-mo, even though I probably would have punched him in the face too.
Mine's easy. It's Allen Iverson. But there's a couple others that are on the list. That's our. Yeah, that's. Well, I know Wilson. We're about the same age. That's our money spot. That was kind of where we fell in love again with the Sixers, right?
I loved Barkley when I was young.
I was a Barkley guy. as well.
I was young then. I was like 8, 7, 8, 9. So but
didn't see much of Doc in my career. Didn't see much of Doc in my career.
I was too young to remember the '80s Sixers, unfortunately. But I probably would have. My dad loves Mo Cheeks. So I probably would have loved Mo Cheeks, I assume. But Doc. Obviously Doc is amazing.
It's Allen, just for what we've watched.
It's Allen. There's other guys I liked a lot though too, but it's Allen. It's definitely Allen. I liked Mutombo. He wasn't here long, but I was a Mutombo guy.
No.
I actually liked the guy that we traded for Mutombo a lot too.
Who's that?
Remember who that was? Theo Ratliff.
Oh, Theo.
Loved me some Theo Ratliff. Great blocker. He just wasn't the defender that
Eileen
Mutombo
agrees
was.
AI in more ways than one. Hey-oh. A2D After Dark starts in a little bit. Philly sports, we'll get to that in a little bit. But it's crazy to believe that Harper might be back within a month.
Yeah, no,
within 2 weeks.
No, I think he's going to be back very soon. Yeah,
it's crazy to me.
I don't think he's going to be back. I would say, 2.5, maybe 3 weeks from now. 2.5, like middle of May.
Crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's still insane.
We were hoping. Oh man, hopefully by June. Looks like he's going to be back middle of May.
Yeah, we're hoping maybe Memorial Day at the earliest, right?
Yeah.
Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Like, hey, can you get us with a Memorial Day? Because at first we were like All-Star break. Then we were like, all right, maybe end of June, early July 4th. And now we're like May 5th. Like, okay.
April 30th.
Yeah.
I don't know. I saw him out there taking ground balls, dive back to the base, and then I saw him hit, and I said, I feel like I can DH right now.
Well, they said today he still wasn't cleared to slide, I heard.
Did you see him slide in the first?
Oh, I saw the video, yes. Yeah. But I think Topper said today he still wasn't cleared. Now, what that means, maybe not, right? Maybe he was just diving back. It's so funny, though, like, not to get off the Sixers real quick, but Philly Sports Bake takes us there. How funny is it, though, that, like, of all things in the game, sliding is the thing that's holding him up right now, right? Like, not throwing, not hitting. We got to make sure he's cleared to slide.
Yeah, I'm sure he's not going to be doing much throwing yet, though, really, right?
Yeah. I would assume if he's back May 5th, he's DHing.
Oh, for sure.
And then I think, after All-Star break, plays first base a little bit?
Yeah, maybe. That's what I was thinking.
I think that's probably it.
Yeah, I would agree.
Edmonton, let's go. Let's go. Draisaitl, let's go.
3-2?
3-2.
God damn it, I should have live bet.
Wills, you should have bet it, Wills. You should have live bet it.
If I would have live bet it, they wouldn't be 3-2, though.
100%.
So you're lucky.
100%. Thank you. Appreciate you. I did say the overs, though.
I did mention that I was going to live bet it, though.
Yeah, AI was legendary. Theo Ratliff, the trade that should have never happened.
Dikembe got us to the finals, though. We don't get there without him.
No, 100%.
But Theo, I love me some Theo, though. Big Theo guy. Cinco de Mayo would be great, Ted, if he came back.
Oh, my gosh.
It's a Friday, and I'm off work that day. It would be awesome. And I love a good margarita, so who doesn't?
When they voted the playing crap, they needed to change the league to reseeding with the play-ins. Well, Bill, we just got to – I hear you. We just got to hope the Bucks come back. But, it is what it is.
The Bucks are going to be.
I don't think the Heat are going to the Eastern Conference Finals, though. I don't think they're beating the Knicks.
Yeah,
now, to your point, I don't think the Knicks should be in the Eastern Conference Finals either. So I hear you.
I think the Heat. It's amazing. Giannis, obviously the Bucks aren't as good of a team, and the Heat were at home yesterday. I do think that the Bucks will win tomorrow, even if Giannis doesn't play. But I really think somehow it hasn't bit them yet. But no Tyler Hero is going to hurt them.
Yeah, it's going to catch up to him.
Drops 23 a game. You can't just lose a guy that drops 23 a game.
I thought he'd be a guy in the league that would end up going away, but he himself improved himself. Because when he came out of college, he was just a shooter.
Yeah.
He turned himself into like a dribble drive guy, right?
Yeah.
A guy that could get to the hole.
Absolutely.
Where he wasn't that coming out of college.
And he plays good enough defense that he can at least be on the floor.
That he's on the floor a lot, yep.
Yeah, and Philly Sports with Bake and Bill, I'm with both of you. The dumbest thing maybe ever in the history of the world. The play-in tournament. Why do we care who gets 7th and 8th seeds? Well, it's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
There's a lot of dumb things going on right now that we're just not going to get into. But yes, the play-in tournament goes into that whole ecosystem.
It's just another way they can stretch another week out of this NBA season, get more, more viewers, more money, more revenue. That's all it is. Because let's be honest, none of those 7 or 8 seed teams have. First off, no, the 7 or 8s are fine. The 9 and 10 seed teams have no chance to win any of them. So just can that shit.
Joshua, I would beg to say Debo's out for the career. You're not coming back. Unfortunately, you're not coming back from another knee injury. It wasn't pretty.
I like me some Victor, but he's had a lot of injuries in his career now.
He's overcome a lot already. I do,
and he's like an energy, athletic guy too. So that's tough, man. Like if he was like a different type of player, it might be easier. But that's what he is. He's an energy, athletic jumper, runner, defender. It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, absolutely. But yes, it sucks to have. For that injury to happen in the playoffs. Good night, Eileen. Have a great one.
See you, Eileen.
Philly sports. I can't live in a world where I see the Knicks go to East Conference. I hear you, but hey, that's the way it is.
Oh
man.
my God!
You know what I mean, like
born in 02.
It is rough. What it is. It is born. That was like me, born in 81, missing 80. Not that I would have known anyway, right? But
born in 02. Jesus. The year I graduated high school.
I graduated high school 2 years before that. I graduated 2000.
Oh, graduated 02.
I was the money shot 2000. Drafted 4 days. Let's go. I hear you, Billy.
Please don't say the word money shot around me, please, Greg.
What's up, Cromer? Cromer, you saw today.
What up,
this
Chrome?
Morning on Philly Sports. What's the Durant booth? Sorry,
Durant
booth.
Philly Sport Rant booth. Yeah,
with John Coyle down on the Ocean City Boardwalk. Cromer's been doing it the last couple of weeks. I noticed.
Chrome's all over the place.
He is. Completely agree to the poll.
Jet setting.
They've never been this deep or skilled. I hear you, Chrome.
I agree.
But death taxes and Joel Embiid's injured. Like
I don't think he's really that hurt though, Greg. At least I'm hoping. Let me just say.
Doc said he's 50-50 to play the game 1 of the second round.
I don't listen to Glenn, okay? He's not a real doctor, all right?
I hear you.
I think he's fine. I hope
Hornets
he's fine.
got screwed 2 years in a row because of the play-in. Well, you got to win. I mean, if you're in those play-in games, you got to win, right?
You got to win the game. I
ain't worried about screwing
still,
teams in the 8th, 9th, and 10th spot.
Yeah,
I don't give a crap
just don't
about
understand.
them. But I hear you, Ted.
That's my thing, Greg. It's like, why do we even care about these teams that are 9th and 10th? They don't even deserve to be in to get a play-in game. What are we doing?
Yeah,
nonsense. It's nonsense. It's just it's an extra week. It's an extra week.
Dead Slayer. Before I get to Dead Slayer's comments here on YouTube,
everybody
on YouTube,
it's a good read out of you there, Dead Slayer.
You like that? Everyone on YouTube, Facebook, wherever you're watching, hit that like, subscribe, put your notifications on so you get us. Every time we go live, we got shows every day of the week. Now I'm going to get to Dead Slayer's great comment because I didn't hear about it. I heard rumblings, but I haven't heard anything new. Did you all hear about the NBA having a mid-season tournament next year? Me, personally, I'm not a fan. I completely agree.
For what?
That, I don't know. I did hear rumblings of a mid-season tournament.
What would the tournament be for?
I don't know. I'm going to go look it up now. But we know me and Google.
Color me intrigued. I've never even heard of this.
NBA mid-season. There you go. It
I'll
comes up right away. Mid-season tournament.
First thing that comes to my mind is it sounds stupid.
Completely. Oh, this is legit. So what is it?
Is it actually happening?
The NBA in-season tournament is a new format that will take place during the regular season and will include all 30 teams. Each franchise will play a series of games that will determine the 8 teams that advance to the knockout phase, with the Final Four likely neutral ground, possibly Vegas.
Wait,
The
what?
tournament games will count towards the 82 games scheduled for the regular season, and only 2 teams that reach the midseason tournament final will end up playing 83 games. There will be no pause for the tournament during the season when the 8 teams advance to the knockout phase. The other 22 teams will continue to play their regular season game. The NBA in-season tournament is scheduled to start in 2023. The date isn't official. November 2023. The NBA regular season is scheduled to start on the 24th. What's the prize? There is no official announcement of the prize, but it is confirmed by Shams, because everything's confirmed by Shams. Players and coaches of the team that wins the tournament will receive $500,000.
Nonsense.
And of course,
it's nonsense. It's nonsense. What are they having?
NBA League Pass, where you can watch it, ESPN, TNT, YouTube, and stuff like that. So,
yeah, it'll just be during the regular season. They're gonna have like their own little. They're gonna have like their own.
Sorry. The bonuses are just
Final
cash
Four?
prizes, are nothing of substance. I guess they just want to put a tournament in there instead of just playing random games. I don't know.
They think it's gonna be like they think people are gonna. First off, do players care that much about $500K? They're gonna be sitting these games out.
I think some of the guys at the end of the bench probably do.
I mean, I don't think they do. They all make a ton of money. Seriously, the NBA's paid well. They all make a ton of money.
Well, there you go. Just more NBA games I don't have to watch. So,
all right, that's wild. I didn't even know about that, Dead Slayer. That's crazy.
What
And
is-
also,
what is
it
the
sounds
point?
stupid. Yeah, it sounds very stupid to me. There should be more money. It should be for more money, and it should be for something else too. Like if you're going to have it be for something. Team that wins makes the playoff automatically. Don't have to play the rest of the year. Hey,
one of the reasons that we want to create the in-season tournament is for the fans, for the players. So creating more opportunities for players to compete in the middle of a season to win something. In addition to Larry O'Brien, our players, they want to compete. They want to win. How about we stop with the tournament?
we're just trying to incentive guys to stop sitting fucking
and
games
just
out.
get
That's
our
all it
players
is.
to play anyway.
Yeah, just
Like,
stop sitting games out and start playing. It's not that tough. They've been doing it for years. I just hate this. I hate our generation. I really do. Not really our generation, the one after us. I hate them. I don't like. It's a shock to me when I like people in the younger generation. It really is. It shouldn't be that way.
Look at Dead Slayer bringing some news there. Here you go. Well done, Dead Slayer. I knew they were talking about it. I didn't hear anything
Yeah, they're going to
official.
sit out. Why would they play?
Yeah,
$500K. Who cares? Oh, $500K, great.
It's crazy.
I would love $500K. They don't care.
Yeah.
$500K. I'll go all out. I'll be like Marcus Smart out there.
Super Bowl. Well, Bake, you were young, but you were alive for 2008 though. That was pretty fun. Oh,
Yeah, he was real
because I
young.
don't remember.
Yeah, very young.
that
young.
parade was on Halloween. My birthday's the next day. That was a great day. It was a great birthday.
Yes, world
great birthday.
fucking champions.
Yes.
Great day. I was hammered.
Yeah, no, it's Glenn until he gets past the second round. I
UPS
agree.
made me go to work that night.
No.
Yo, forced me in. They were like, if you don't come in, you're gonna get fired. And they ended up having people not come in, and they didn't fire them, of course. But I was still pretty new there at the time. I was pretty nervous. So I went in, of course, hammered. And I got there, and they're like, "Dude, you're drunk." I said, "I told you on the phone I was hammered." I had the fucking Phillies parade. What do you expect?
Yeah. Big. The only thing with the tournament, I will say, at least it's not adding games, right? You know what I mean? So you're just supplanting some of the stupid.
They're just trying to get the regular season to be more
games.
more impactful.
So I mean,
really trying to get the guys to play in it.
As long as you're not
too many guys
games,
are sitting out games.
Yeah. I mean, I would agree if you're adding games to where like you're adding 5, 10.
So whoever wins it will get an extra game.
One extra game in the regular season.
The 2 in the final, I guess. Right?
Yeah.
We'll play 83 games. Okay.
Are they gonna hang a banner for the tournament winner?
I'll say this: if it's like the Timberwolves, yes.
The Timberwolves would, yes. The Memphis Grizzlies will, because they're not down there. Charlotte would.
I can't believe that the Grizzlies are going to get ran out by the Lakers. What an embarrassing!
Bill, I do agree with the last half of that. Yes, the Sixers were in a great position to rest them on Saturday, yesterday, regardless of if there really was an injury. I do completely agree there. Let's see what else we got.
Yeah,
So,
Saturday would have been a great 15, 20-minute game out of him. Like 15, 20, give you 18 points, and catch the pine while we win.
All about the money.
And you're right. It's all about the money, Bill. Everything. Whenever they do any sort of change, it's about the money.
Marsh said, I got Washington or Chicago winning the in-season tournament.
I kind of would love.
Beal season.
I would
Bradley
love it.
Beal season.
I would love if the main teams just were like, fuck, this is so stupid, and this didn't show up for it, and like all the crappy teams made it like advance to the final 8. That would be awesome.
Yeah. Bucks here's a draw. But yeah, Ethan, we'll find out tomorrow. We'll find out if Giannis plays at all tomorrow.
I mean, if
I would
Giannis,
assume he would. I would think he would. It's crazy because I think the Bucks are better than the Heat even without Giannis, but that's what you get, when you put a bunch
when
of
you lose the
together,
first game.
But when you put a bunch of veterans together, like in Miami, they tend to play well in the playoffs.
Yeah, they know what it's like. Yeah.
Yep. It's gonna be a bunch of G Leaguers. Problem with the win that tournament is home court because the games will count towards the season. More BS. But Bill, I think only the Final Four would be like in Vegas, right, or a neutral site. I think everything else
said the Final 8, right?
Yeah, maybe Final 8, 4, whatever. There.
I mean, again, it's like you said, it's them making more money. Blah 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 blah. They're like, well, we don't have a team in Vegas. We can just do. We don't have a team in Vegas. No, we'll do a tournament every year.
We'll do a tournament.
Let's do it. I swear,
some
some of the shit they come up with, it's amazing.
I agree. I'm good with the extension. I mean, you had to pay it.
Yeah, you had to pay him.
And the way the cap money's pushed out, it's actually really reasonable on what's the cap money, right? You know what I mean?
It's really reasonable until 2027.
Well, yeah, but then a lot of
hopefully at that point we're doing a restructure.
Yes,
it's like the cap hits like low. It's like low, 80 million.
Yeah. And that's restructure time, right? That's restructure or we're moving on time. But no, you had to do it. No issue with the extension.
I'll tell you my only issue.
But now you just got to be in that MVP conversation for the next 5-6 years, and I think you will. I
would say this is and it's not even an issue. It's just this is my take on him after him signing the contract is I don't want him running 12 to 15 times a game like he did last year.
Yeah,
I would prefer we cut that down to like 6 to 7. Just the threat. The threat.
We'll get into that later on in our draft talk, there, Mr. Wilson.
Yeah, the threat of him running is enough. You don't have to actually run 12 to 15 times a game because now it's absolutely...
There's a guy probably sitting there at 10 that you can make a lot of those worries go away.
No, we don't need that guy, dude. So I can't wait till we get to this draft talk because I'm gonna bury you with this Bijan nonsense. Stop it. 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 Great player. I have nothing against Bijan Robinson. I think he's gonna be a great player. You do not take him 10th. Bad pick. No, bad pick. Don't take him 10th.
Injuries suck. Yeah, I mean they do, but it's part of life. Right? It is a part of the game. But yeah, I mean, I can't even tell if Kawhi's hurt. Kawhi's always not playing. He's just load management. He might be the softest superstar ever.
Stephen A. called him. Did Stephen A. called him? I'm not sure if he called him the softest superstar or he called him the worst superstar or whatever he said. Oh, yeah. He said something about
I didn't even know he called him about something.
He was spot on. I was like, this is great. Spot on. Because you're right.
Ethan, we'll get to that later on.
Plays half the season. He sits out constantly. What are you doing? Yep. And don't get me wrong. He's awesome. Even just the other night when they won the game, he was incredible.
He still impacts the game incredibly.
Oh, he's awesome. But he doesn't play.
It is a good contract for both sides. I agree.
And like we said,
and what is nice is it's 5 years, right? So it sets them up potentially either with the Eagles or if something happens and we're moving on, it sets them up to get another one as well.
To me, it's just now you got to stay on the field now. That's the biggest key now is you got to be on the field. So that's why I would say I want to cut down his running just because we know what happens with these running QBs. They get hurt. This is what happens.
I mean, Marshall, we've known Howie was a good cap manipulator, right? We could go back and question draft picks and signings and trades and you know what I mean? And he's been really good recently, right? But I'm saying the one thing we know that he's always been good at is manipulating the cap and contracts.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
Always has.
Always give him that credit.
Yeah, not always been a greatest drafter, but he's been very good with contracts. Very good with free agency, very good with contracts.
Do you guys want to see the Eagles? So we'll touch on this a little later. I just want to read it for you. Do you guys want to see the Eagles balance out their defense more? Stop only.
I thought we defended the pass pretty damn well last year.
We did, and we just re-signed our entire secondary.
We had the most sacks in the league.
The problem is, though, the NFL is an offensive league, right?
Yeah,
they're always going to give every benefit of the doubt to the offense.
It's designed for your offense to be great. That's why, in my opinion, I wouldn't be upset if they went. I know we're going to talk about this in a little bit, but I wouldn't be upset if they went O-line. But I go best defensive lineman available. That's my pick. I would love Tyree Wilson. I don't know that he's there. My cousin Tyree from Texas Tech.
They don't play defense at Texas Tech.
I don't care. I like
you could have given me anybody else on the defensive line, and I would have probably agreed with you. But you hit me with Tyree Wilson.
Have you watched him?
No, because he plays in the Pac-12 or the Big 12.
Dude, 6'6", 270. I don't want that little guy. You want the little guy, probably? No, I don't want little guys.
No, I'm Jalen Carter or Bijan.
Well, I would love
Jalen Carter.
I would love Jalen Carter. Listen, Jalen Carter.
Who's the little guy?
Jalen Carter is not going to be there.
Who's the little guy?
The other defensive end that people like is Tiny.
Will Anderson?
No, Nolan Smith. Is it
Nolan Smith?
Nolan Smith, is that his name?
Not a 10. I would take Nolan Smith, but not a 10.
Yeah, but people like him. I'm just saying. People like him.
Yeah.
He's too tiny for me. I don't like him. He's too tiny. He's too small. The dude, Tyree Wilson, 6'6", 270, long, athletic, fast. He was like number one. I don't follow a lot of these stats, but the one's like best off the ball, beating your lineman or whatever. Yeah. He was like the best top-ranked DN at beating a lineman off the ball. I just like him. I think he's good.
I hear you.
And to me,
he's going to go to Seattle at 5, so it's not like.
You think so?
Yeah.
Oh no, I think they're taking what's it called? I think they're going to take Carter.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think so.
It could be. They could.
Or I think they're going to take Carter, or they're going to take Christian Gonzalez.
I don't think Gonzalez goes that high personally.
We might take Christian Gonzalez.
I don't want.
I don't want to, but I think we might. Howie loves him. But yeah, I don't want to take Christian Gonzalez just because he will be our third corner.
Not a superstar.
And he's more of an outside corner, so would be dumb.
What happened to all the unicorns? It seems like Joel is the only one left. Who are the other unicorns, Marsh? And I'm drawing a blank on who was a unicorn.
I feel like Giannis is pretty much a unicorn.
Unicorn is, Giannis. Leonard never showed or showed off. All we do is.
He don't even play anymore, so. Yeah. I've always liked Kawhi Leonard. I thought he was a great player when he was at San Antonio. Obviously, he was great that year on Toronto when he ripped our hearts out. But it just the whole I'm just going to play when I want. I don't know. I don't like that. It rubs me the wrong way.
What up, Chuck?
You make a ton of money. You actually owe it to the fans to be on the court because they're coming out to watch you play, dude. You make a ton of money. Get on the court. If you're not hurt, you should be on the court. I don't care. Stop sitting out games.
I think that's high for Miles. I think it's high for Miles at 10. He's the edge out of Clemson.
Yeah,
I don't mind the pedigree of the school.
A little high.
I'm not sure. Witherspoon. Matthew. I wouldn't hate on a cornerback, but you just re-signed everybody, so we don't need to go there.
That's the thing.
And they haven't gone there in the past either when we've had needs.
I think Gonzalez is better than Witherspoon. Maybe not on tape, but he's the better build.
About Pac-12 guys.
Longer. Oh yeah. Yeah, well, we don't have a great fucking history with Pac-12 guys, so that's part of it.
I love Porter. Talk about pedigree. I love Porter, but again, we just re-signed Slay. We re-signed Bradbury.
That's to me.
We're going away from corner, in my opinion.
I don't want to go corner. Yeah, I would not go corner. I would love Brian Branch, the safety, to drop to 30.
There you go. 5 or 30, or you move up a couple.
Honestly, I don't think we're going to take
Smith talk. Is for
I do not think Eagles. That we're going to draft at 30. By the way, I'm almost willing to guarantee we trade back.
If we take Ohio State wide receiver over, what need do we have though, Bake? I wouldn't hate Jackson Smith and Jigma.
And Jigma, he can play, but to me,
he was. Brian Hartline called him the best wide receiver of the group, and that includes Garrett Wilson too, and Chris Olave.
Another reason I don't go Bijan.
3-3 Wolves. 3-3 Wolves.
Nice.
Let's go.
I'm going
Come
to put
on,
that game back
Edmonton.
on. I'm going to put that game back on. No,
Don't worry. They're getting ready to go to intermission. 10.5 seconds.
Okay. I'll go back to it after. Let me know when the third starts.
That's going to be bananas.
Another reason I would not go Bijan, and it's again, I think he could be awesome. It's just, to me, it's a deep running back draft. There's probably 10 to 12 guys that are maybe top 4 rounds, like could easily go top 4 rounds. And
yeah,
so that's why I don't.
There's not a guy that him though.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter, Greg. How much more production does he get than our running backs that we have currently? If we have him, you think?
I think he takes the stage.
Yeah, but how much more production do we get out of them than if we just kept the guys that we have currently?
No, I don't. I hear.
I don't think it's going to be that much.
I 100% hear you. I think over the life of it is where you see it, right? You know what I mean? Like next year.
Yeah, but we're ready to win right now, though.
You're 100%, and he can step in there right now.
Yeah, but to me, I would rather get a guy that gets after the quarterback. I feel like I understand we had a lot of sacks last year, but to me, that's where we are aging. You got Barnett's aging.
Yeah, but you don't need number 10 overall there, though.
I think that's your best opportunity. To me, you're wasted. It's almost like we are a team that went to the Super Bowl last year.
Detroit or Chicago.
We should not have a top 10 pick. Like we are a team this is an asset, a huge asset. And to me, it's almost a waste of an asset if you take Bijan. And I'm not saying that Bijan's bad at all. We're
not bringing this name up at all. We're not bringing this name up.
Lucas Van Ness. I like Lucas Van Ness, but he
stinks.
I don't know.
Apparently he's off the draft board anyway.
He could be good if they say he took $100. I don't know. I don't know what to believe. But I haven't watched a ton of tape on Lucas Van Ness. I'll be honest.
It's tied, Tom.
But I mean, Lucas Van Ness, Iowa at the end. I mean, who knows? He could be all right. He's big boy.
Ted, this is bananas. I
don't know much
betting
about
suspensions. The betting suspension is bananas right now.
Yeah, I feel bad for Don.
Yeah.
Sorry, Don, if you're listening.
Sports, I don't disagree. The Buda's still out there though, right? So Buda Baker's still out there. There's talk of him. I don't necessarily hate Reed like a lot of guys do. I mean, I know a lot of guys hate the face with Reed, but I know the organization likes him, right? That's obviously why they let CJ go too, right? They said, we don't need you to come back in a contract that doesn't fit us. So go get whatever money you think you're getting, and there you go.
Yeah, I didn't like that move, but personally, I would have kept him. I would have rather had Slay
linebackers. Eagles should trade for Patrick Queen. He went to Kobe. I mean, yeah, we do need linebackers, but
I mean,
we've never
Patrick Queen.
We've never. Yeah, I don't think the
the Ravens aren't going to trade.
Ravens aren't trading him. I mean, we could have drafted him.
I mean, listen. Don't get me wrong.
We don't love to get Patrick Queen.
I'm right with you. We're not going to draft a linebacker in the first round. That's a given. It's always a given. I think that we're okay though. I expect Nakobe to be playing well this year.
Yep.
Like same thing. I expect Jordan Davis to play well this year. So like I feel like we're okay with some of the guys we lost. I still want to get a D end or a guy to get after the quarterback just strictly because we're getting old. You know, with Graham and Barnett, they're getting old. They're old guys.
Yeah.
So
well, Barnett, yeah. No, I hear you. I think depth at the end is very key. I just don't know that you necessarily need to go 10 there because I don't know if there's anybody there at 10 that's worthy of a pick.
Well, if Tyree Wilson's there, you take it.
Yeah. I hear you.
I don't think to me, if Tyree's there or Jalen Carter's there, you take them.
Jalen Carter, I will agree with you. If you don't take Bijan for Jalen Carter, then I'm good.
Yeah, but I think one of them is probably going to be there.
Here's another guy.
Especially
another guy that I
would go, but
I would send. I would send 30 for Devin White.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I know Devin White wants out, but Devin White wants a big deal.
Yeah,
we don't pay linebackers as it is, so we ain't gonna pay him.
Sean Mitchell, Kamara, the list goes on. You don't go running back. Yeah, but we're not a bad team, though. That's my point. And that's kind of always been my thing. We're not a bad team. We can go explosive. We can go toy because we're not a traditional team betting or drafting in the top 10.
But the thing here is, why would you okay, you don't need him to
We
be
sure
that good.
do.
Every
You're
fucking
gonna-
running back
you're
that
gonna-
we put in is productive.
You're gonna rest on Rashad Penny being healthy.
It doesn't matter. What's it called? Gainwell would be good. I'm saying take a running back.
And then, so then we're gonna rest. Yeah, but they're not gonna be game changers. Bijan is a game changer,
dude.
and then you
anyone that
just
we
talked
take
about
will
with the
be good.
contract. But you just talked about the
Anyone
contract
we take will be good.
of not being able to, not wanting Jalen to rush 10 to 15 times. Well, get me a guy. Now,
Yeah.
I will say,
First off,
you
Rashad
draft
Penny is
Gibbs,
good.
You get
when
Gibbs
healthy.
at 30. I'll take Gibbs at 30. I'll agree with you there.
No, I don't want that either. Rashad Penny is good when healthy. I know he's probably going to start the year hurt, right? Because
But yeah, I mean, Joel is also good when healthy too.
Well, I mean, don't be an asshole, Greg. But listen, I'm just saying, dude. To me, it's really simple. It's a simple concept. Every running back that we put behind our line, because of the way that Jalen is with his running ability and the way we run our offense and how good of our O line is. And that's not going away. We have a great O-line coach. We have good backups. Like the O-line is going to be good for years. It's a plug and play with our running backs. We get great production from everyone that plays. When Gainwell's in, he runs the ball great. When Scott's in, he runs the ball great. Doesn't matter who we have in, they're going to run the ball great. That's why to me, it's a waste of a top 10 pick if you take a running back. I would rather go get an explosive defensive player or an offensive lineman. I'll take Skronsky. I'll take Skronsky.
I hear you on the offensive line. That would be the most meh pick of all time, though, because there's no immediate need.
Well, he would play guard for Sam.
What are we doing? What are we doing with Juergens then?
He's backup center.
So we just drafted a guy in the second round to sit for 2 years.
Well, you listen. We weren't sure that our center, our all-pro center, was going to play for 2
I hear you.
years.
So now Juergens slides into guard, and we're going to draft a tackle
but
at 10.
Skronsky is better than Juergens. So he also can play tackle. So
I hear you.
You do Skronsky guard, and then when Lane retires, you move him to tackle. Now, listen,
what, 2 years though? You're going to draft a guy at 10 for 2 years down the road?
But he's played guard. He played guard right now.
But with Stout in there though, you can draft a guy in the third, fourth round.
That's why I would go D-line.
You to not go 10.
That's why I would go D-line, Greg. Okay. I agree with you there. I agree with you.
Carter's gone. Wilson's gone. What D-line? Where are you going?
Van Ness probably.
I
don't like. I'm not the biggest on Van Ness, but I would.
Van Ness is apparently off the board. If you believe their reporting,
I don't believe that shit. But to me, he's the best. He would be the next best available, in my opinion.
No, I don't want any interest in Lenny Fournette.
Yeah, no, not. I mean, I don't.
Derek, I do agree. Best player available. I'm good. Regardless, I don't know if I'm good because I don't think you need a cornerback.
Give me a lineman.
I would stray offensive lineman. I would stay away.
D or O. I don't care. But I prefer D.
But
lineman.
Ted, what running? I don't care if the running back doesn't get a second contract. His contract would line up right.
I love Ted. Keep it coming, Ted.
His contract would line up right with Jalen's contract. So you're either going to pay Jalen and you just let Bijan walk like the Giants should have done with Saquon. I don't care about his second contract. I want to win championships now in his first contract.
Yeah, but guess what though? And I know this can happen to anyone, but it also
which kid, Ethan, the offensive lineman or D lineman?
Skronsky. That's right. Who he's talking about, right? That's the O lineman.
Well, the D lineman could go at 30.
Oh, Skronsky's a beast. But I say
Marsh and I agree. I think Jalen has the only shot to be there at 10 just because I think people might be scared off of the off the field stuff.
Agreed. And if he's there, you take him.
100%.
Honestly, I'm not that worried about off the field. And I am a guy. I'm a character guy. I like good character players. I'm not that worried about off the field issues for D linemen. Okay, if it's a quarterback, it's a receiver, if it's somebody like that, might have more of an issue with a D lineman. I like my D lineman to have a little grit to him.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that. I don't need you killing people or nothing like that. But you get into some minor stuff off the field, we get it fixed up. Okay, we're okay. I'm okay with it. I'll take Joe. I don't like you being out of shape.
Page.
I don't like you being out of shape.
No,
but I will take that.
I give him the benefit
for
of the
you
doubt,
to drop.
though.
I'll take that.
Yeah, I give you the benefit of the doubt when you had all this time and then the authorities come at you the day before the combine. You know what I mean? And you comply with everything. So you know what I mean? And I'd have to think if the Eagles are drafting him at 10 or any team's drafting him in the top 10, they're okay with the off the field stuff, right? Like they understand what's going on, right? Everything, like there's going to be no shocks that they draft this kid and then he ends up potentially, I'm not saying he is, but that he ends up in jail, right? Or misses time. Like, I think anyone drafting him top 10 or anywhere is
I still don't think he's
what's
going to
going
be there
on.
at 10.
I think he gets,
because
I don't think he gets, to someone's point, I think it was maybe Martians or Martian right here. I agree. I don't believe Tyree or Jalen are going to be there at 10.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. I agree. But I think Jalen.
I think Jalen either
he should not be
Detroit,
there.
6 to Detroit, although I heard
Detroit might take a corner.
Although I heard again, they just signed 3 corners and then traded
I know.
Okuda,
I don't know why they're talking about talking about
doesn't
Gonzalez.
make sense. They just traded Okuda.
Yep.
And then they signed like 3 guys. We talked about this on Wednesday. Like, it just doesn't make sense why they would go corner. And then the Bears also at 9. I think the Bears are going to have a very heavy defensive draft because they need to, because they can't stop anybody.
Well, yeah, Bears need pieces for sure.
Real quick, let's transition to the Phillies real quick. But Will, I want to get, I don't care who it is, one player from the Sixers that is going to be impactful against the Celtics.
Tobias. To me, it's a big Tobias series. We're going to need him to be good. He's going to have to play well. He's going to have to outplay. He's going to have to outplay Malcolm Brogdon, Derek White. He's going to have to outplay those guys.
Yeah, I agree there. I'm going to go with the guy that's scorching hot right now, and I'm going to go Tyrese, because the defense is going to be ratcheted up on him, right, with Marcus Smart mostly guarding him, and then probably Brogdon and White hounding him as well.
Yep.
Tyrese was the best player in our first series. He's going to have to be our best player in the second series if we're going to have to get past him. But let's quickly transition to the Phillies real quick. And the Phillies are brought to you by FanUp. FanUp is the best way to enjoy fantasy sports, daily NBA and MLB contests and more. Win great prizes. Sign up today. Use promo code A2D for 50,000 points. That's a $50 value at fanup.app. Get on there. We're all on there. Challenge us. You'll love it. Big series win for the Phils. 2 series wins for the Phils.
Yes, good. It was a good week for the Phils. 5-2. Can't get mad about it.
You got to start putting these 7s and 10s, 5s and 2, you know what I mean? 5 and 2 weeks together, 7 of your last 10, right? However you kind of get that through. We got to start winning some games. We're 1 game under 500.
Yeah, we're fine. We're back. We're now okay.
Yeah, it was good to see the bats come alive today a little bit.
I feel like Wheels and Nola are settling in. They don't seem as rushed the last 2 starts.
Yeah,
they both had bad innings in the starts, but they came through them and they pitched well the rest of the start. So that's encouraging.
I was concerned with Wheels today because it almost looked like that was going to be the inning. Like he was coming out, right? Like he wasn't going to come back and be able to get out of it, right? You know what I mean?
He did.
He just completely lost it. He completely lost it that inning.
For a minute there, yeah.
And kudos to him, being the ace and the veteran that he is, he was able to re-find it again. I mean, 6 innings, 11 Ks. I mean, he was cruising through 3.
Yeah, he had a good. He had a good start. He had a bad inning.
He had a bad inning. But like I said, it felt like that he was going. It almost felt like that he was going to come out. Topper was going to come out, maybe just not let him start the 5th inning because of how many pitches he threw in the 1 inning. But, you get paid $125 million, you need to go 6 innings. So, no, it was good. Brandon Marsh, again, continuing to drive the baseball.
Brandon Marsh on fire.
He's got to play every day.
Got
to play every day.
Leads the league in OPS.
Got to play every day.
Which is crazy to say. But he's on fire.
Bryson Stott playing well again. Continue to play well, playing on fire.
Edmundo Sosa is still continuing to be our
productive.
Wherever you put him in, where he's going to play well in the field. He's going to get big hits for you. He makes good at bats. I like me some Sosa. He's our Swiss Army knife. He's a good player.
And kudos to Kevin Long. I mean, you turned Sosa into a fairly everyday player. I'm not going to say he's every day, right? But he's going to play 3-4 times a week, right? You turn Marsh into an everyday player.
Marsh is hitting like an all-star right now.
I mean, Pache, who we all know can't hit, apparently is driving baseballs and hitting doubles and homers, and you know what I mean. Like, so I mean, kudos to Kevin Long to be able to work with some of these guys.
Made a couple of really nice plays in the field too, so that's good. He can go get it too, which is nice.
It'd be nice to get Kyle, especially if Pache starts to hit a little bit. It'd be nice to get him in left field, get Kyle as a DH kind of off his feet a little bit until Bryce comes back, because once Bryce comes back, at minimum, that DH spot is gone, right? There's no more.
It's gonna be like last year for a while.
Getting a free day off for these guys, right? You know what I mean? So he's gonna be roaming the outfield. I don't mind him in the outfield. Our left field is pretty short anyway, so it doesn't have to really worry me, especially when you got guys like Pache and Marsh to your left. They both cover a lot of ground. Real quick. Bill goes back. Maxey, take it from a Celtics fan. Oh, you're a Celtics fan? Who knew that? No. We have issues with fast break guys, and he gets up and down the court. No, I agree, Bill. I think that's going to be the key.
Yeah, I think Boston's going to key on him. Yeah, I really do.
Concerned with Nolan Wheeler's drop in velo? Not really. They both pitched a lot last year. I'm not concerned with guys like Nolan Wheeler. I was trolling everybody today after Wheeler's bad inning, because I know once Noah has a bad innings, all the crumbs come out. So I trashed Wheeler after his bad inning, just to have some fun with everybody. But no, I'm not worried about it. They pitched a lot of baseball last year. Rangers due back soon. I was hoping they can almost start the year with a 6-man rotation in my mind, just to kind of spread some of these starts out, especially early on, because I knew they were throwing them out. But these guys are veterans. I don't have any concern.
Yeah, I thought they both have looked better the last couple starts. I thought early on, the first 2 starts, they looked rushed. I think some of the veterans that were slower workers, which both of them are, the clock kind of got to some of the veterans that weren't used to it. And Noah's very slow, very deliberate out there.
Cal.
So I think that hurt them, and now they seem to be getting the hang of it, which is good. I do like seeing D'Anthony Melton. That's a good call, Derek. I like that.
We got a couple D'Anthony Melton ones. I don't mind that at all.
I mean, he's going to be on the court a good amount, so he's going to have to hit shots.
Wild card impact will be Paul Reed. Absolutely, I think Paul's going to have another series, whether Embiid's 100% or not. I think he's going to have another productive series. Ted throws McDaniels in there. I did like the minutes Jalen McDaniels played a little bit. I did like those minutes. And Ethan, I agree. I'm done with the Cave project. I'll take Pache over Cave every day of the week. I
would assume Cave's only going to see the field against a righty, right? I mean, he's never going to play against a lefty.
It's so deceiving. They can start to improve. Ryan, but see, Ryan, this is where you lose me. They can start to improve their contact ability. They lead the league in hits. There you go. Yeah, you lead it second in average, but they're 16 runs. Right, we just
haven't been getting timely hitting. That's all.
Weren't getting the big hit, right? You know what I mean? Because they weren't throwing. We had 6 or 7 home runs in our last 2 games. I know we talked about Wednesday. They had 13 home runs as of Wednesday, and Tampa Bay, who's leading the league in home runs, at 34 on Wednesday. Right, you know what I mean? So yeah, I mean they're getting hits. They're just not stringing them together to get big hits.
And we haven't hit many home runs. Yeah.
And we haven't up until now hit many home runs. So yeah, I mean it is kind of deceiving because they do lead in hits.
We're always fine.
We're always going to be first in strikeouts, though. I will give you that. We're always going to be first in strikeouts when you have guys like Kyle Schwarber in your lineup. I mean, Kyle Schwarber strikes out 200 times a year. So until he curves that, we're always going to be first in strikeouts.
He's not going to curve that. It's the player.
He's not going to curve that.
There's a bunch of guys that strike out a ton, though.
But how about the great turnaround of the bullpen? I think that's probably our biggest key over the last couple days and weeks has been the bullpen.
Well, I expected that to be a strength of ours, so I was really upset with how we started. But yeah, it's been good to see. I mean, Alvarado's almost unhittable at this point. He's been great. Yes. And Sir Anthony seems to be finding himself, which is good because he was struggling. Yeah. And Kimbrel's thrown ball well the last couple times.
And I thought Soto looked good until he came up to Chuck Nasty today.
Well, you know Soto, to me, I have issues with him. He doesn't throw enough strikes.
Yes.
Throw more strikes. You got great stuff, dude. Throw
In
strikes.
Detroit, he was effectively wild. Like, he threw enough strikes to be around the zone, which then allowed him to be effectively wild. Here, he's just wild.
Yeah, he's been wild. He hasn't been. He has definitely not been in control yet. We need him to be better control. Right now, I don't trust him. I'll say that right now.
I agree. I don't disagree there.
But to me, he's a 6th, 7th inning guy at best right now. I can't use him later in the game because I don't trust him. I'm okay with Alvarado. I love Alvarado. Whatever you.
Go back a year ago. Wasn't that us with Alvarado though?
Yes. I mean, this time last year, Alvarado, I was saying we can't play him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can't pitch him. And
we were there.
And they did that too
right?
because they sent him down. So
they did. They sent him down. But I do notice, and they talked about it a little bit on the broadcast today. I did notice though that Alvarado's windup and his motion looks more compact than it did early in the year, to where he's not flying open and stuff like that, right? He's more in line, downhill, to where he's just kind of over the shoulder, or 3/4, wherever he comes in. So it's a little less loopy and kind of all over the place, which I think is a good start, right? And I think that's where Alvarado, I think that was one of his, by the way, we're back on the third period. That was Alvarado's issue.
Minnesota
I think,
just took the lead on Denver as well.
Let's go.
Bill, I hope so, buddy. I honestly hope the Cowboys trade for King Henry. That'd be stupid.
Harden will be gone next year. That's not bold. But I hear you. Remember tonight, it's happening. The Sixers are going to be a beast. I'm over the Dame thing.
I mean, Dame doesn't want to come here. I thought, right? He wants to play on the West Coast. He doesn't really like basketball.
He's like 38 years old too, isn't he? I don't know.
No, he's not that old. He's not that old. But he's definitely wants to. He doesn't love basketball. I got an issue with that. Hey, if you're gonna bring a guy in, he's gotta love basketball. He's already talking about retiring.
He's 32 though.
He's talked about retiring.
Yeah. But I'm over it. I'm over the Dean. I'm over it.
I mean, listen. There's a reason that Portland never does anything every year. Okay, he can really shoot the ball. He doesn't play.
Robbie, what's up, brother? He agrees to the poll.
I know. Dame's awesome. I'm not gonna trash Dame, but
I'm just done with it.
I would love the Cowboys to trade for Derrick Henry because they're gonna have to trade a first-round pick and probably more. And to me, that's a bad trade.
I don't think Henry gets that much.
I can't. Well, they won a first-round pick for him.
Not when you're asking him to take on the contract.
Well, they won a first-round pick. They keep saying.
They ain't getting it.
I don't think so either. But people were talking today about the Eagles trading the 10th pick for him. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
No. I don't trade it.
Never.
I might not trade a 3rd-round pick.
Never. I couldn't believe that people were talking about that. I traded the 10th pick for Derrick Henry. No. First off, he's a 30-year-old running back that's a big dude, and he's got a ton of miles on him. And he's been running the ball he ran the ball for 3 years at Alabama a ton. And he's run the ball for Tennessee for 7 years a ton. No.
And he's a downhill runner. It doesn't fit the RPO.
I got no time.
You need a guy under center.
Don't get me wrong. I love Derrick Henry. I got no time for trading Derrick Henry.
No, I hear you. I'm with you on that one. But yes, Ethan, Connor Brogdon has continued his great postseason into this year. I think he struggled earlier, just like everybody had.
Bilotti's hasn't been great.
No, Bilotti's been a shocker to me because Bilotti was so dependable last year.
Yeah, he's been. We need him to get it right. He's been bad.
Yep. Do you think Jaylen Brown signed extensions with the Celtics? Bill, where are you at, Bill? I'll go there with you.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I think they're in an
he probably does.
spot.
He seems like they seem like they get along really well over there. So I would think he does. But obviously he's blossomed into a superstar, so he probably could get big money. I mean, obviously they're going to give him a huge contract, but
I just think it always comes down to the teams that you're already on can pay you more, right?
That's the whole thing.
So, I think I agreed. There was early on rumors that they weren't necessarily playing together, but they play pretty well together now.
I was going to say, I feel like they look like they play pretty damn well together now, yeah. And I don't like I want to root for the Timberwolves in this game. I don't like how Anthony Edwards has like one sleeve cut off. What's that about?
It's weird.
I don't get that.
It's weird.
Is that like to help him shooting? I don't know what's going on with that. I don't like it.
He said he finally came out and said he wants out of Portland and he's going to Philly. No.
Did he? When was this?
Ted, you're early. No, Ted.
When was this, Bill?
Oh, Ted, you're not lying, Ted. Damn it.
King just took the lead. Oh shit. Oh shit.
I just saw it.
I heard him say that he doesn't like the direction of the NBA is going and he might retire soon. Is what I heard team say. The last thing I heard him say.
Star Wars 99. What about Nick Cast? Nick, he's playing well. Leads the league in doubles, or at least he did as up until this week.
Oh, he's got a bunch of doubles. He finally cracked a couple out of the park yesterday.
Starting to drive the baseball. He's starting to turn into the guy I thought we were all getting last year. And I'll give him a pass for last year if he continues to do this. And I know we've said it on here. I know Tommy said it a lot. I know we've said it before, though. I will always give – I'm not going to say I'm going to give Nick Castellanos a pass, but I will always, kind of root for the guy because he never takes his at-bats to the field. He always plays above average right field for his ability, right? You know what I mean? He's never going to win a Gold Glove, but he doesn't have very many defensive blunders out there to where he's a liability. And
no, I agree.
That I think is huge.
Timberwolves on a 25-9 run.
Wow, so many guys. It can't separate the two aspects of the game.
Yeah, and guess what? Everyone he had a bad year last year. I think everyone would agree. He would agree. Everyone would agree. He still finished 10th in hits in the NL. Like he had a
when he went out in August, he was top 10 in hits. Despite that year he had.
He had a productive season, even though he did not have a very good year. And he would agree, and we would all agree, he didn't drive the baseball like we thought he would. Yeah. But he seems to be driving it better this year. And I expect him to have a very good year. So
Marsh, I completely agree with you. Sixers value the small forward position the same way the Eagles value the linebacker position. 100% agree. Will's interview with Stephen A. said he gave his all there, and Philly was on his wish list. We'll see.
Oh, all right.
Martian absolutely did.
How many other teams were on it, Phil?
He did win his games last year, Martian. Swoop. Cassie has been awful at every level. He's played the first season with the team. Then he has a huge year. You're right. I don't know.
I don't know about that. I thought he crushed the ball for the Cubs when he was on them, but that was I think that was the COVID year, wasn't it? There was nobody in the stands.
Yeah, maybe.
But he did crush the ball for the Cubs. I remember that. He was bad for Detroit early on when he was young.
KZ, I know a lot of people gave me hell when I said Donovan Mitchell's a dime a dozen player. But
I love it. Love that, KZ. I've been saying that for years.
You're seeing Donovan Mitchell be a dime a dozen player. He's not a superstar like everybody blows him.
Listen, he's
very good.
Does he have a knack for hitting big shots in closing moments? He does. Does he have is he extremely athletic and he can get to the rim? All those things are true. What also is true is he's a volume shooter, and he's like Russell Westbrook used to be when he was on OKC. He takes bad shots down the other night when they cut it to one, back-to-back 30-foot jacked threes. What are you doing? Yep. Go to the rim. Get somebody a good look. Why are you jacking threes? And he's done that always. He's always done that. He did that at Louisville. That's why I never liked him. I always thought that he's a bad player in the playoffs, and I thought it was a great trade by Utah. Yep. And I think the Cavs are seeing it.
Yeah. And hey, the Cavs are getting out of it, right? I mean, they got to the playoffs. So I think, they're getting what it is. Swoop said he was traded that season at combined 58 doubles and 28 home runs. Yeah, I mean, we might see that. We might see very similar numbers the way he's starting right now. Maybe not the home runs, but hey, he goes on a tear.
He should have that many home runs. He's hit a bunch. Hit a shit ton for Cincinnati. Granted,
Kyle will keep hitting home runs. 100% Star Wars. Kyle will. And we're not even in June yet. And Kyle I think Kyle has more home runs this year than he did before.
Schwarbs is going to homer. We know that. Yeah. I'm not worried about Schwarber. He's a leader. Leader, good player. He's going to hit homers. He's going to strike out a lot. We know that. But everything else he brings, I'm fine with it.
Shocker. South Beach was the other option.
Yep. So that's where he'll be.
Tommy, what's up, brother? We're holding it down for you.
Oh, TLA.
Here you go. Sorry, I missed it. Got the chip, though. Did you beat sweeps for that chip? Oh, interesting ride home. Martian interview. Donovan Mitchell's not the rookie of the year. Yep. And here you go, KZ. I was one of the guys that gave you flack for saying that. There you go. Welcome back, brother. I think I remember you.
Sorry.
Giving me hell. And it's fine. Hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, I just think you know that like who that guy is now. You know, he's just a guy that's going to take bad shots.
Dame Lillard, Ted. We're going back to Dame.
He's saying
12U team. And that absolutely, Ted, doesn't get his guys involved. It's hero ball. Always has been with him.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, you had really good teams in Utah, and you just couldn't get over the hump, and it's because of him.
Yeah, and obviously, I mean, I would say on paper the Cavs team should probably beat the Knicks team, but he's getting absolutely outclassed by Brunson. And I mean, I like Julius Randle a lot. I always thought that he was a gamer. And I like the Knicks actually have some pieces. The other former Villanova guy that plays some defense, doesn't really do a whole lot else. Somehow making some plays the last couple nights. Josh Hart.
Yeah, he's another.
He had 17. It's amazing.
Pro.
That's
pro though, right?
17. It's like a month. That's a month's points for him.
Bill,
but good. You know what it is? He's another guy. It's a good postseason guy.
Yeah,
Greg, because he'll play defense. He's tough. He'll do the dirty work.
Yeah. Bill, don't you start this. I see what you're doing here, Bill. Don't you start this reverse psychology shit with us right now. We're not having any of this. He said he's seriously worried about the Sixers. Joe has already shown he's got no cool rotation.
He should be worried. We're going to beat him.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about this. He's a rookie head coach who has no experience.
You're not going to the Eastern Conference Finals back-to-back years with rookie head coaches both times. I can't see it.
That's tough.
And when people keep asking me, why do you think, like, you watch Boston play, why do you think the Sixers are going to win? I'm like, yeah, it's because they have a rookie head coach. It's the only reason I think that. Now, granted, I'm not the biggest Glenn guy. I'm not the biggest Glenn guy. But, I mean,
he's got a little bit more experience than Joe Mazzulla. I can't
imagine that Joe Mazzulla is going to get them to the Eastern Conference Finals after, very wet behind the ears. Doesn't, he coming in. Like, it wasn't like they were expecting him to be the head coach after the whole thing what happened with the other head coach, which I can't think of his name right now, but whatever.
Adumo, right?
Whatever it was. Adube, but Adomo. So that whole thing happens. That was a weird little thing. And granted, Boston's awesome, but I don't know. I just don't see it. I don't think they're going to get it done. Sixers in 7. There
you go. I like it.
I am nervous as shit.
I don't know if Harden leaves this summer. We obviously have a max deal. I don't know. I'm not there yet in my mind, but I'm sure we'll talk about it as it gets closer. Kevin,
the question should be,
Star
do
Wars,
you
Kevin
want
Long's a
Harden
really good head coach,
this
100% Star Wars. I'm sorry, what else?
Question should be, do you want Harden to leave this summer?
Yes. So I can go back to watching my Sixers.
I don't know that I want him to leave, but I mean, it depends on how he plays in this next week and a half.
Yeah. No, Swoop, that's 100% with the Cavs too. But I know Wilson's big, and I'm big on Evan Mobley. I know he's not the forward you're talking about, but he's locking it down defensively. You're right; they don't get a lot of scoring from their bigs, but that comes with time. That comes with time, though, too. Especially when you have young bigs like both Allen and Mobley are very young.
Yeah, I'm not a big Jared Allen guy. Evan Mobley's awesome though. The what kills them is that both their guards are volume. No,
I hear you,
shooters.
Bill. I'm just busting your balls.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Garland's the same way. Mitchell and Garland are both the same way.
Two former Nova guys. Yeah, absolutely. And it's a Philly guy building that team too. Why am I blanking on his name right now? Who's the GM? Rose.
Derek?
No, not Derek. Oh,
Kids from a Rose? Seal?
Cherry Hill. Yeah, Leon Rose. Well, he's not the GM, but he's he's like the head of operations or whatever. So he's the overseer. Yeah, he's from Cherry Hill.
Well, I always liked their coach too. Thibs,
yeah. So Leon Rose is the guy calling the shots. So he knows he's going to know his Mid-Atlantic basketball. Here you go. Marsh and Glenn isn't even top 2 docs in Philly. Dr. J and Doc Holliday, 100%.
Agreed.
I'm okay with JT. That was a bad being getting thrown out at third base today. But, I mean, JT caught a lot of baseball last year. We're going to give JT a little bit of a pass right now.
Yeah, he'll be fine, too. I'm not worried about JT.
He's going to be fine. I'm not ready to roast him yet. I know Tommy might be ready to roast. No, I'm kidding. I'm just taking shots at Tommy when he's not here. Thanks, Ethan. You got me.
JT's been very good with throwing guys out,
Leon Rose,
which is
but
good.
and you mentioned it too, Wills, a couple weeks ago with the new rules and stuff like that.
Oh, it's very important.
Having a guy like
JT
just
getting run on crazy right
having
now.
a guy like JT back there is huge. It's huge.
It's humongous.
I mean, you're not going to throw everybody
it makes
out,
him
but
that much more.
Just
it
to
makes
keep
him
guys
that much more
honest.
valuable. You know, like he's even more valuable than he was last year because of the new rules. Because some teams are just running crazy on guys.
Yes.
Guys are getting run crazy on.
Nick Nurse, he was going to find a job. He's always going to find a job. The NBA loves recycling guys. I don't know where he's going to go. I don't know what jobs are technically open right now. KZ, we were talking about Ime Udoka.
The question is, who's going to take that Toronto job? I'm not so sure that Toronto job is a job somebody really wants. They seem to be in some issues. Yeah, they don't have much.
And Siakam isn't really the superstar.
There's three guys I like, and Pascal's not good enough.
Yeah.
You know what it is? He was awesome with Kawhi on the team. Everyone was like, this dude's going to be great.
Who isn't awesome with Kawhi, right?
Not really. I like
Van
Vliet, but he's a tiny guy.
Yeah. It's a depth move, and he knew what his role was. I'll tell you what, Danielle House, in probably the only game he got real minutes in, I was at, and that was a game against Portland, and he played significant, meaningful minutes. They were probably only 5, but he played good minutes in that game that helped the Sixers stay in and then ultimately win that game. So I agree it's a stupid signing, but it's just a depth signing.
Yeah, I would say he's like more there, like in case Tucker got hurt or somebody else got hurt, he would fill more of that role. But yeah, he's more of a
100%. Ethan.
He's probably not going to
You put Anthony Edwards in Cleveland, and they're a much better team. 100%. So as I know, we're cycling through some of these comments, and they're all back to, mostly Sixers and stuff. But Wills, next series we host Seattle for 3,
right? Yeah,
and then we go to Houston for a World Series rematch. 6 games on the week. Is 4-2 being too high of a ceiling?
No, I feel like 4-2 is what I want.
It's what we need.
I think it's going to be tough to do, but
I wonder, I know Castillo pitched last night? Do we miss Castillo? I'm going to check that real quick.
Let's see. Hold on. So
he pitched last night. It's either going to be the Thursday game or we're going to miss him, is my thought.
Is there 4 against Seattle or 3?
3, but we have an off day tomorrow.
Oh, okay, off day tomorrow. So
we do miss him.
We do miss him. Yeah.
So we get Logan Gilbert, Gonzalez, whatever his first name is.
Marco,
George Kirby,
and then Kirby.
Marco Gonzalez. George Kirby's really good.
Kirby's been throwing well.
But we have Falter going on Tuesday. We got Taiwan on Wednesday, and we got Stromer Thursday. And then in Houston,
we got Nola and Wheels in Houston. Then
Nola and Wheels in Houston. We go against Valdez, Javier, and your
Urquidy. Oh, okay. Would have been nice to miss Valdez.
Then we go out to L.A.
Javier's been throwing well too.
Yeah.
Where to L.A. Dodgers?
To see Grove.
What is that? Is that next week?
Yeah.
During the week?
Yeah, that's the Monday through Wednesday, and then we come home.
Spectacular.
Late stuff. Except for that
Monday,
Wednesday
Tuesday,
game.
10-10.
Monday, Tuesday, 10-10.
Love it.
Wednesday,
yeah.
Wednesday, 4-10.
That's a getaway game. That's a getaway game. It's an afternoon game.
That's Noah May. That should be a good matchop.
I'll tell you what. I love me
that Friday
10-10s on a Monday and Tuesday.
That Friday, though, coming back. That's that February. That's Cinco de Mayo. Boston at home. Is that the return of Bryce?
Yes, and I'm off that day too. That's huge. Hey-o.
Yeah, I think you got to stay hot. So I think you take the first 2. I'll give Kirby over Strom because Kirby's really good. And then you got to somehow come out. I mean, you have Nola and Wheeler. I don't want to say you somehow come out of there with 2 out of 3, but you got to come out of there with 2 out of 3 from Houston.
Or I mean, you can't get swept.
You can't get swept.
Can't get swept.
No. You get 2 in that.
I'd love to go 4-2 in this stretch, but I'll settle for 3-3. Don't go under 500.
Yeah, agreed. Houston's gonna be tough. So
yeah, Houston's definitely gonna be tough. I'd prefer if we didn't see Valdez, and Javier's been throwing the ball really well too.
Yeah, absolutely. And they've been struggling offensively, but I'll tell you what, I don't
Jordan's
know.
been hitting though.
Jordan hit a ball. I don't know if it's landed yet in Atlanta.
Yeah,
4-3 Kings. Come on, Edmonton. Let's go.
Oh, I want to put that on. Shit.
Oh, yeah, with Bill, I do agree. Yeah, if the Heat do win, Sixers or Celtics, the winner of that game probably is going to the finals.
Yeah, I would assume.
No, not Bleak Rose. Great thought. Yeah, umpires are bad right now. Umpires are bad.
Yeah, when we getting the robots? I'm getting annoyed.
Yeah, so we'll be absolutely about the JT last year. Just the inconsistency with the umpires too. Like they're not even close. Some of the balls. Like it's one thing if they're like right on the thing, but like those two, that one strike they called on JT today, it wasn't even in the zone. It wasn't even close to the zone.
To me, I always said like I can live with like if let's say he's not giving the inside pitch, but he's giving the outside pitch to righties, and it's like opposite to lefties. But then okay. If you're going to be that way and you're that way all game, I can live with that.
Yep.
But when you start switching,
when you move,
that's when I have issues.
Yep.
Now, if it's a strike the whole time and it's not a strike later, then I have an issue.
100%.
That's when we're inconsistencies. That's when you're a bad umpire. And there's been a lot of that this year. I don't even get to watch a ton of games because I'm at work till 10. So I'm loving this Dodger series coming up. But
yeah.
Like I listen to a lot of them, and they, I would say that announcers usually try not to trash the umps, and they've been trashing.
Yeah,
the announcers been trashing. So
Washington, I have a feeling a lot of people quit. A lot of people quit on Toronto, even inside, not just Nick Nurse. Swoopy when Suarez returning. I don't know an actual date, but I know they're encouraged with his throwing progress, so I think it is soon.
I believe he
I would
threw
say
like
a couple
55
weeks.
the other day.
Yeah, I would say maybe 2 weeks.
So, yeah, if he threw 55 pitches, I would think he's probably ready for a rehab assignment really soon, which means he's probably going to be ready in, 10, 12, 15 days.
Do they return? Do they do the return of Harper on Sixers Celtics at home? Does that correlate with May 5th? Cinco de Mayo? I don't know. Brian Swope Valdez is my favorite pitcher. He's nearly 1,000 ground ball outs. It's only 300 flyouts. Yeah, that's pretty insane. The guy that can manipulate the ball that much,
and not to mention the immense amount of strikeouts he has as well.
Yeah,
Framber Valdez is a stud. I mean, he's been dominant in the playoffs. He's a stud. He's just an absolute stud. And Christian Javier's good. Urquidy's not bad. Like Houston lost Verlander, but they're still. I still think that their rotation is damn good. Their offense is still obviously damn good. They've had maybe a little bump to start the season, like World Series hangover. It's a real thing, guys. I've been saying it, but I expect them. They'll be fine. They'll be in the playoffs. Texas is playing well. I'm not sure that Texas is going to fall off either because I like the Rangers.
No, the Rangers they started building that last year, right?
They crush right-handed pitching.
Yes, they do.
Crush it.
I mean, Seager's out right now, but yes,
I've been ripping off money on DFS because every time the Rangers face a righty,
Nathaniel Lowe and that porn stash,
dude. Load up. Josh Jung, Dallas Garcia, all of them rip righties. Simeon, Jonah Heim, another one rips righties.
Yeah, Mitch Garver.
Mitch Garver's hurt, but he's
is he hurt already?
He actually rips lefties, but yeah, he's hurt.
Yeah,
always hurt. That's another guy always hurt.
Yeah. Star Wars. I don't expect Andrew Painter now to the second half of the year. Once he came up with those injuries, they're going to slow play that as they should.
I almost said
I would see him till the All-Star break, and I'm okay with it after all.
Yeah, I guess what when we had a rough start, it was like but it's almost a slight blessing. Now, obviously, if he has
100%, I'd rather have his bullets at the end of the year.
It's not a blessing, but we knew they were going to cap his innings.
Mm-hmm.
You knew they were only going to let him go about 100 innings this year, regardless. So I would much rather have him pitch the end of the year and in the playoffs than the beginning of the season. So I'm okay with it. As long as he's not like severely hurt, I'm okay with it.
Yeah, that's why, dude, I 100% agree. That's why I was so adamant about adding him to the postseason roster last year. Obviously, they didn't. but I much rather would have had him get like 1 inning, 2-3 innings a series to extend his season and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
What else you got to lose? Like, how many times? Like, you look back at history, Adam Wainwright, started his career in the bullpen. You know what I mean?
Price.
Like, David Price did that, right?
Yes,
so many of these guys.
In 08, he pitched against us in 08 when he was really young. He was just out of college too.
Start in the bullpen, and then just to get a taste of it, right? And then they get there and come. I mean,
David Price won Cy Young after that. I think either the year or 2 years after that.
Yeah, KZ. I mean, that would be glorious for them to go to Game 7, but.
Yeah, I mean, that's not going to happen though, unfortunately.
Bill, Tampa Bay is unreal right now. Tampa Bay is unreal right now.
Yeah, they're going to come back to life, but they are unreal. They're unreal. I mean, they're 19-3.
But how much back? But seriously though, how much back to life are they really coming? Like,
yeah, their pitching isn't as good as pitching, especially with Springs getting hurt.
Yeah, I know you're right. That's a huge one, Springs.
Springs was throwing really well, and he's got to get Tommy John, so he's done.
Yeah.
And what's it called? Still not back yet. Even though they think he'll be back at like mid-year, right? Glass now.
No, Glass now. Yeah.
So I mean, to me, I like the Rays a lot. They're finally Wander has come into his own. We've been waiting for like 2 years for that. Wander is a really good player.
Stud.
Obviously, Dirty Randy Arozarena, very good player.
I love Dirty Randy.
There's some other guys.
Who knew he was Mexican, by the way? Had no idea he was Mexican.
Well, he's Cuban.
Then why did he play for Mexico?
He's Cubano. It's because when he fled Cuba or whatever, he went to Mexico.
Oh, that's where he
lives. So he got citizenship there.
That makes sense.
He literally told like the Mexican president he wanted citizenship just to play on the WBC team, and they gave it to him.
Yeah, well done. Good job.
Yeah. But so because that's where he lives, I think. Like he met his wife there or something. He lives there in the off season in Mexico.
Yeah, so Bruce Bochy knows what he's doing a little bit.
Bruce Bochy's great coach.
Although he needs to take the bullpen cart to the mound. Like watching him.
I love that drop to the mound by Bochy.
Watching him like stroll, almost drop to go into the plate.
He looks like he might drop sometimes.
It's crazy.
When he's just oh man.
Yeah, both really good guys. Yandy Diaz, Brandon Lowe, both really good guys. They're only underrated. To your point, Ethan, they're only underrated because they play in Tampa Bay. Right? They're on any other.
Brandon Lowe's stud, yeah.
Brandon Lowe's stud.
Even the other guy, Josh Lowe's playing well for them. Oh,
is it one of those two, Brandon or Josh? I think it's Josh. Is the brother of Nathaniel Lowe?
Texas. Josh Lowe is Nathaniel Lowe's brother. Yeah, and then Brandon's Lowe. That's the Lowe.
Yeah,
but you're right. I know who else is like they just have a mix and match of like guys that play that just get the job done. You know what I mean?
And they play multiple positions too.
Taylor Walls, another
Taylor
guy,
Walls,
good shortstop, and when he plays, he seems to get hits.
Manuel Margot just gets everything in the outfield.
Margot crushes lefties. Isaac Paredes crushes lefties.
Yep. They still have Kiermaier out there in center?
No, actually, they let him walk. I think.
Where's he?
Kiermaier went to
Toronto.
They only let him walk because such a good outfielder.
I think it would have been KC did have a kid. It was a reliever though. It was he was a kid from Texas Tech or Texas TCU. I can't think of his name. The kid
Edinson
from TCU.
Volquez?
No, he's a little lefty. But yes, you're right, Swoopy. He had a kid that got drafted that same year. There you go. He got drafted that same year. I can't think of his name. He was on KC. I think he went to Texas TCU. Royals pitcher.
Wow. I don't know.
TCU.
What was I saying before that?
Brandon Finnegan.
Brandon Finnegan.
Brandon Finnegan. Yes. From the College World Series to MLB World Series in 4 months. There you go.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's amazing.
That's
not even pretty crazy. That's amazing.
Insane. Yeah. I knew it was TCU.
Yeah, I mean, so all in all, I'm not worried about the Phillies. And this was a good week this week. And hopefully, obviously, we need a good week this week coming up, or at least 500, because we got some tough games. Greg! Oh, that was a great opportunity.
I'm probably just going to see it now because I'm behind. Good old DirecTV. Nugent Hopkins. while they're to face off. Eagles talk. I know we got a lot of it already out, but Gleason's Bar
throw some more out.
as well is located 6700 Mill Creek Ave in Levittown, PA. Use promo code A2D for 10% off for your order whenever you dine in, take out, or online. Jump up there. Go up there Thursday for the draft. Get yourself a Trenton. Get yourself a cheesesteak. I know they got some cheesesteak egg rolls. I saw posted on. I almost drove up to go snag some cheesesteak egg rolls. Gleason's Bar, phenomenal food up there. Good, great little bar too. I enjoy going up there when I'm in town. You say tie game?
Tie game.
How am I that far behind?
Oh, what a snipe! How am
I that far behind?
Evander Kane.
What time is on your clock?
I don't know. During your read is when it happened. I threw my arms up. I don't know if you saw it.
I saw you.
Quiet. I was trying to stay quiet.
Dude, I got 3:10 on my clock, and there's still
like 3 minutes. 2:59.
Okay, so they're calling. It's this drive right here. How am I that far behind? Let's go,
monster.
Kaner, let's go.
That's a great shot too. That's a big shot for Edmonton.
Overs.
About to be facing a 3-1 deficit.
There's that over right there.
They don't get this win. And it's the same thing everyone's always said about Connor McDavid. Everyone tells me how great Connor McDavid is, but Connor McDavid has never done anything in the playoffs.
Never in the playoffs.
Never.
Ethan,
he is awesome, but
I do think the Phillies make a first baseman move. I was telling CJ Crone, although he didn't hear me, just to go in the other dugout. Just take your bag and just transfer yourself over to the dugout.
Get me Christian Walker.
I think there's a couple guys out there, Ethan. The
only problem with that is Arizona's good. They probably won't trade them.
Agreed. At least right now. I think there's a couple guys that might be available right away.
Go! Oh my God.
That might be available right away before I go and explode that the Edmonton takes the lead.
No, they didn't. It was a great save. Oh my God. I can't wait for you to see it.
CJ Crone, who we just saw, match baseballs here in this ballpark.
I think Christian Walker would be great just because he's a phenomenal defensive player.
I agree there. 100%.
And he's got big power, and he's a righty. So, I mean, it fits all the boxes I want.
The only guys I'm looking at is righty, except for my wild card, and I'll give you that in a second. Will Myers is definitely available right now.
He'll be available all year. He's on Cincinnati.
Trey Mancini's another guy that I know probably is available right now just because I know they have a lot of guys that play first base there in Chicago.
3 guys, yeah.
And my wild card, and he's only a wild card because he doesn't fit the right-handed batter. And I don't know how much. Oh, my God.
Yep, that was it.
and I truly don't know how much he's available because he's having a really good start to his year. Cody Bellinger.
Yeah. Honestly, the Cubs are playing well.
The Cubs are playing well.
General,
I would take Bellinger and put him in left and move Schwarber to first base. Ultimately, right? You know what I mean? Because although he's a lefty, Bellinger throughout his whole career has proven he can hit everybody. Right? You know what I mean? His MVP year. It's not like he sat against lefties.
Yeah, I was gonna say the only thing with Bellinger, you don't want to put him in first because he's a phenomenal outfielder.
He is, and you put him and Marsh in left and center. You can, you know what I mean? Like those two guys go get everything. But those other 3 guys, I think, are realistic guys that's not going to cost you a lot in trade value. Crone, Myers, and Mancini. I do like Walker. Walker might not be available at all. Let alone towards the end of the draft, right? Or towards the end of the deadline and stuff like that.
Yeah, the problem with Walker is we would need Arizona to struggle because he's still pretty young. And
Swoopy, get up there then. Go up to Gleason. You're 10 minutes away.
I would say that's the problem. That's the only problem we have with Christian Walker is Arizona's playing pretty well and they're a young team. They look like they're for real.
They're leading there right there, yeah.
Yeah, they look like they're for real.
Yeah.
Oh my God. They definitely look like they're for real. That's for sure. And I like that team. I like a lot of guys on that team. I like Corbin Carroll. I like Kettle One Marte. Good drink and a good hitter. I like Josh Rojas.
Did Alec Thomas take over in left field or center field yet?
Yeah, he's been playing a good amount. Yeah. He plays a lot. And I always liked Lord Escorial. I thought he was a good player on Toronto.
Always put the ball in play.
Yeah, and what's it called is and Gallen's awesome. I mean, our guy Zack Gallen. Awesome.
Just dealt
awesome.
Yesterday. Yes, yeah, right? Yesterday, Saturday, Sunday? Yeah.
Friday, I think it was.
Yeah.
right? He got me great points Friday. I think whatever day it was, he dealt.
Right. There's two names on Oakland that might be intriguing. Jesus Aguilar. I'm not really a big fan of him, but
He's a
Jesus
righty.
Aguilar. He
Plays
is a
okay
righty.
first base.
The other guy doesn't really fit the mold that I think the Phillies are going to go in, and right-handed, by the way, is Seth Brown. I think Seth Brown would be available. He's a free agent after this year.
Seth Brown.
Seth Brown's a lefty,
Problem with Seth Brown is he's hurt. And he's always hurt right now. He's hurt right now.
Yeah, he's hurt right now. He's hurt a lot. He's a lefty, but he plays outfield too. So
and he's a veteran bat, and he hits. I like Seth Brown. Seth Brown hits.
Yeah, I mean,
there's another guy on. I like another guy on their team. But I don't think they're going to trade him.
Ryan Noda.
No, it's Langoliers is young too, I think, but I don't think they're going to trade him. He's young. Shane Langoliers. And then what's it called? Ramon Laureano, but he's the outfielder.
He's a catcher. He's a catcher.
Is Langoliers the catcher? I think he plays. There's a couple of them, those guys that play catcher and other positions now. And MJ Melendez for the KC plays catcher.
Yeah, because he can't catch. He's like the worst defensive catcher of all time.
Dalton Varsho actually can catch, but he's so good in the outfield, they play him in the outfield.
Yeah. It's amazing that he still has catcher availability too.
Yeah, it's
in
crazy.
Fantasy. Roman Laureano is a guy I always looked at, but he's always hurt or suspended because he's popping pills.
Yeah, I think he might be hurt again now. He was back. He was healthy and hitting in the beginning of the year, but he might be hurt. He's another guy always hurt. As my friend Jay,
he made it to the West. Yeah, you're right, Ted, but he didn't win it though. And I hear you.
Yeah, it just hasn't done a whole lot. I hear you.
Ovechkin OT, McDavid scores that goal. I don't know what you're talking about. Wait, yeah. Talk about Jesus. Free hockey. I love free hockey, Ted. I'm with you, brother.
We do love free hockey. I love playoff hockey. It's the best.
Roman Laureano. Yeah, I mean, we don't have a really need for an outfielder though, Ted or Ryan.
Yeah, I mean,
with Marshy and then Harp coming back.
I was going to say the thing is we're moving. If we're going to move Harp, if Harp's going to play some first, I mean, we'll see how that goes. Obviously, our optimal is with Harper in the outfield. So
yes,
we optimally want Harper to be in right field. Just when is that going to be? Maybe August, maybe September.
Yep,
that's probably more along the lines of when that would be. I think.
All right, Wills.
Yeah,
you're two guys, 10 and 30. If you're drafting, who are you going? And let's just say that realistically, right? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean, I would love Jalen Carter or Tyree Wilson. They're probably not there. I'm gonna go Skronsky at 10. Who's a lineman for Northwestern, plays interior or tackle, and
yes,
I would go him at 10. And then at 30, I would go Brian Branch at safety from Alabama. If he was there, I don't know that he'll be there.
I don't think he will.
There's a possibility. Now that being said, if he's not there, and I think this is what's more than likely going to happen, I would trade back into the second round. Hopefully, one of the QBs drops. Will Levis. I'm looking Will Levis's way. Hopefully, one of them drops.
You mean Mayo and Coffee guy?
Because or maybe there's another guy that just sneaks into the first round, because a lot of times teams like to move out.
Hendon Hooker, anybody?
Hooker, yeah.
Hendon Hooker, anybody?
Teams like to move out of the second back into the first to take a QB, because you get that, if it's a first round pick, you get that extra year of the rookie contract. So that would be a great spot for a team to come down and take a QB at 30, and then we would, because we have 6 picks in this draft, 4 in the top 100, and the other 2 are like 220 and 240. So we have nothing.
And then we have 75 picks next year.
Yeah, so I would not be shocked if we try to go
5 fifth-rounders next year.
Let's say we trade 30th, we go back to like the middle of the second round, and we get like 2 fourths with it or something like that, because just to get us some more picks in the middle of the draft where we don't have any. I think we have a first or 2 firsts, a second, a third, and then 2 sevenths. That's what I think we have. We have no 4, 5,
2 first, second, third, and 2 sevenths. You're right. Yeah.
No 4, 5, or 6. So they're going to make a move. There's going to be a move for something in the middle for sure.
Star Wars. I tried to watch the USFL just because nothing else was on, and I just couldn't. It's terrible. Ted, yes, Reese is out for the year. Obviously, if you make a deep playoff run, there's a small chance he could come out. But
I think
for all intents and purposes, he's probably out for the year.
They were saying with the
possibly out of Philadelphia.
The way that they have it lined up, I would actually think there's a better chance if he's out for the year that he's back. But yeah,
sadly, I do agree. Cheaper.
I'd rather have him back.
But he is a Boris guy.
Love
He's a Boris guy.
But I would say what I think they were showing like the dates of when the championship series would start and when the World Series would start, and I think they were saying like he has a possibility of being ready for like the NLCS, possibly.
Right.
So it's a possible.
But at that time,
we'd have to be there.
But at that time too, you're coming in cold. There's no minor league assignment to go to.
Oh yeah,
there's no minor league. Get
ready.
I'll
still if he's ready to go, I'm not sure that he'll be starting a ton, but we get good bat off the bench, good leader. Yeah. Would love him to come back.
Ethan Brian Breezy could be there at 30 for sure. Will Levis odds on favorite to be at 2 now is -140. Whoever takes Anthony Richardson and Will Levis, more power to you. I don't think either of them
I don't know
are
how
good.
they're doing it, dude. I don't know.
There's 2 quarterbacks, or there's 3 quarterbacks in this draft, and the third guy's Hendon Hooker.
Well, dude, what's crazy is now everyone is out on Stroud now because of that test. The Wonderlic. No, not the Wonderlic. Oh. This one's like an actual. Even what's it called was saying like that is not good. Shit. The one dude that's on the NFL Live was saying like that's not a good cognitive score. Like Bryce Hall got like 98%, somebody else got 96, Will Levis 95, Anthony Richardson 92, and then he got like 12.
Oh wow. That's not. So I'm gonna go Bijan. I've been on the Bijan train. I hear you. I 100% agree with you. I just think we're in a different area there. Like, we're obviously not drafting need. We're drafting best available. And to me, that's best available.
He's awesome for a month, like Breece Hall, and then he goes down and the season. And then, there you go.
You're 100%. I mean, that's the NFL, right? Wouldn't hate Jackson Smith and Jigba there. I think you're kind of playing with the same cards there.
I will say this, Greg. If they took let's say that both D linemen I like a lot are gone, which I think probably is happening, and say Skronsky's gone as well, and they don't want to go Van Ness or whatever, I would not be against, even if you think that Njigba will be there 13 and you trade back to 13 and take Njigba.
Dude,
I'm
okay
with
100%.
I'm okay with that.
I don't necessarily need more. To your point, I don't need more picks next year. I mean, of course, I'll take another first, right?
Yeah.
I don't need more picks next year. I think you're right, though. You get me another second and like a 4th or 5th this year, like or a 4th and 5th with the second, and you trade down to 14, because then I think obviously Bijan makes more sense later than there, right? You know what I mean? You have a little bit more.
Yeah, more of a wiggle room there.
To take there. But no, I hear you. I mean, so if it's me, I'm taking Bijan or Jackson Smith and Jigba. I'm gonna play and load up this offense around our quarterback. While we do have the great offensive line, while we do have the weapons we do, I'm just gonna keep adding weapons. Right? We spent the all season. We brought back Fletch. We brought back Graham. We brought back our entire secondary. I don't need to go there right now. I could go there later in the draft. And then the other one, I kind of sold myself on this on Wednesday. And I hope he's available. I wouldn't mind if he's available. I'm going to hope he's going to be available. Michael Mayer, tight end out of Notre Dame.
Notre Dame, okay.
Not a huge Notre Dame guy, but this is also the time and exact year we drafted Goddard with Ertz, right? So we're kind of on that same trajectory. And you, as well as the rest of the guys here, are on agree to disagree. No, Dallas Goedert's missing 4 games a year.
I mean, I love me some Dallas Goedert, but yeah, like you said, guys that are always hurt are always hurt. As my good friend Jason said, guys that are always hurt are always hurt. But yeah, I listen. Michael Myers, stud. This is also a deep tight end draft, though. There's some good tight ends in this draft.
Thanks, Billy. Appreciate it.
I think there's some. Peace out, Bill. I think there's there's also, like I said, there's good running
done,
back depth
if done
in this
right,
draft.
Star Wars, I think they could be pretty cool. If done right. Some of the City Connect uniforms are trash.
Some of them are just weird, like weirdly colored. I don't understand the color on some of them.
Yeah. What, like San Diego's got like,
what the hell
like
is
pink
that
and
about?
yellow or something, or like pink and purple or something? Oh, yeah, it's weird.
Very strange.
Yeah, no, I think tight end's definitely a possibility. You're right, Wells. It's a deep tight end draft.
Yeah, it is.
There's
San
a
Diego,
bunch of,
South Dakota State has a guy that's good.
you got the Moose Knuckle from Georgia. That
Georgia,
Darnell Washington is like 6'7", 6'8".
Obviously, dude from Notre Dame. There's another one too.
Kincaid.
That's I like the kid from Purdue too. I don't know what his name is, but I like him too.
Thomas, right? Thomas?
No. What the fuck is his name?
Thompson?
Shit.
I should know that. So you got Sam Laporta from Iowa?
Yeah, Iowa dude. You got the dude from South Dakota State. Everyone likes him a lot. The Jackrabbits.
I'm trying to find who you're talking about because I know I can picture him. Tucker Kraft is the guy from South Dakota State. That's your guy.
Yeah, and the dude, oh my God, I think his name is like Dalton something, maybe. No. The dude from Purdue caught 4 touchdowns against Syracuse.
Yeah, he destroyed Penn State too.
He's good. He can play. He's like a receiving tight end. He can play.
Yeah, I'm trying to find him in the mock draft.
I don't know what his name is.
He's not going in the top 3 rounds. That's absurd.
Oh yeah, that's why I think it's a good depth draft for tight ends. He's got to be like.
Yes, I'm still watching the TV. Come on.
Durham Payne. Bang. That's his name. Durham Payne.
Payne Durham, though.
Payne, is it Payne Durham or Durham?
It's Payne Durham, yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. Well done. I like it, though.
I was pumped. I thought I pulled that one out of my ass.
Utah and Old Dominion have some. Yeah, tight ends, absolutely. Don't like the hire the Eagles made. What, Patricia? It's not going to matter.
I don't understand. I didn't understand. Honestly, I'm with.
I don't understand it.
I
hear you.
Understand it.
I don't get it.
Stupid, weird, dumb.
Hopkins. No, we're not getting Hopkins.
Yeah, no.
I would love it, Bill. Like, talk dirty to me, right? We are 8 day after dark at this point.
I don't see that happening. That'd be great, but
who do you guys see falling in the first round or completely falling out of the first round?
Well, one of the quarterbacks is going to fall, right? Who is it going to be? Is it Stroud? Is it Levis?
Yeah.
Is it Richardson? Probably not going to be Richardson. They love these athletic freak guys, even though he hasn't done anything in college at all. Like, I think being a quarterback wise.
I think naturally Jalen Carter is going to slip just because of the off the field stuff, but he's not slipping out of the top 10. So, and when you factor probably 4, maybe 5 quarterbacks going to top 10, there's only so many other spots for people. You know what I mean? Like
that's why I keep saying that maybe a D lineman might be there, Greg, because if all these QBs go, there's not that many other picks.
Wills, I am sold on Jalen Carter over Bijan.
Yeah,
1,000%.
Jalen Carter, dude.
1,000%.
I don't care. No, don't get me wrong. I shouldn't say I don't care about the off-the-field stuff because I do care. But I don't care as much when it's a D lineman. And I don't like him being out of shape, but he was the best player in college football last year. Hands down. Best player. You get him at 10, you take him at 10.
Yeah. Another guy I can see dropping is Lucas Van Ness. I just don't know what his real range is anyway.
Yeah, I mean, everyone says he's 7 to 14.
If he's 7 to 14 and drops to 20, is that really drop right? You know what I mean?
I think the other guy that I don't really like, Nolan Smith, I think he might drop.
Well, is it just a size thing? Is it just a size thing?
I don't like tiny ends.
Well, this one has him going 16. He's 6'2.5", 240.
Yeah, it's tiny. It's a tweener.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. I mean, Jesus,
240.
Joey Porter Jr. 6'2.5", 193. That's a cornerback.
It's a corner. Christian Gonzalez is like 6'1", 210.
6'1", 197. Yeah, according to here. Yeah.
I just don't. I don't know. To me, I don't know how. That's a tweener to me. I understand. I thought that's the way the NFL's moving now. A lot of those like fast linebackers that are like Devin White types, but this guy's a DN though.
Well, I mean, yeah, who knows? Maybe he plays linebacker at the next level.
Strange.
To your point.
Just strange.
To your point. But he was productive as hell at Georgia,
though.
though.
Very, very, very productive. I agree. But surrounded by a lot of studs though as well. So
correct.
He already played with N'Kobe and Jordan. So
yeah. and potentially Jalen, right? Might as well just reconstruct that. Yeah, Ted, I don't know if there's anyone that falls completely out unless it's a quarterback. But I still think even at that point, that's where our pick at 30 comes
our
back
pick
to
at
play.
30 helps somebody, yeah.
Says somebody,
I really do
like
think
what the Ravens did a couple years ago with Lamar. That worked out well.
Yep.
But no, I'm anxious for Thursday. We obviously will be live doing live reactions to the first round. And luckily we get 2 picks in there, one fairly early and then one at the end. So stay tuned for that. Will, so let's get into our crumbs and get out of here. If you'd have told me we went 2 hours and 20 minutes, I would have laughed in your face. But that's just how we roll.
Yeah.
That's how we do it.
When the cat's away, the mice will play. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And our crumb of the week is brought to you by Alan Foy at eXp Realty. Looking to buy or sell a home, looking for a change in career or brokerage, contact Alan Foy of eXp Realty, LLC at 302-682-8820 or visit him at alan.foy at exprealty.com. Go check him out. He's the best. I know he worked with Tommy to get his new place and his place sold. So he's a great friend of the station. Go ahead and check him out. What you got?
Mine's an easy one for me. I think we kind of touched on it during the show, but Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard. I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm not sure how hurt he is. I know his sister just got a murder charge. Don't kill people. I mean, that's the end of that story.
We got another championship in the family. Sweepsy walks it off. Sweepsy's team walks it off. 2 chips coming home from PA. Attaboy. Well done, boys. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, you're fine. Great job. To me, it's just Kawhi Leonard. I don't. Like I said, I'm not sure that he's even really hurt. I don't understand the guy. You're amazing. He doesn't want to play basketball. He sits out too much. I know he's got the sister issue going on, but the moral of that story is don't kill people. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what is Kawhi's even ailment. Like, he seemed fine the game before, and then it just come out. Oh, this is game 3 at home, huge game. Oh, he's not going to play. Like, what?
Yeah.
Are we
that
serious?
That shocked me too. Yeah.
Are we serious right now? To me, I don't know. And I know Stephen A. drilled him the other day, and I'm right with it. To me, he is everything that he epitomized everything that's wrong with the NBA and how guys just take games off, don't play, load management nonsense. And now he's not even. Now he's doing it in the playoffs. Hilarious. Happy I'm not a Clippers fan.
Yeah, it's so bad. I'm going to go back to the well and the one that I go to pretty often because it just continues to ring its dirty face, and it's officiating in the NBA. I mean, it's officiating in general, but officiating in the NBA. I mean, now that you're in the playoffs, it's like you get some ticky tack, but then the other side you're letting them play, and just the inconsistency. And now all of a sudden, everyone's getting ejected now, right? Everyone's getting ejected. Dylan Brooks is getting ejected. James Harden's getting ejected. You know what I mean? And it's just like, what is going on? Draymond Green getting ejected. I mean, I don't think either one of those plays. Maybe Draymond. I don't think either one of those plays.
Draymond, you can't step on the guy's chest.
You can't step on his chest.
I know he grabbed your foot, but once you step on his chest that you're going to get thrown out of the game.
Especially being you, right? Being Draymond Green.
A guarantee you're getting
1,000%.
I'm amazed that they didn't throw Joel out.
Joel should have been thrown out.
Throw out Harden for nothing, really.
For nothing. Dylan Brooks hit him in the dick, but I didn't think it was egregious.
That was a strictly because he's Dylan Brooks thing. Same thing with Draymond, I think anybody gets tossed for stepping on the chest, but Dylan Brooks, I feel like if that's somebody else, they probably don't get tossed.
Agreed.
If you switch that around, it's LeBron hitting Dylan Brooks in the nuts, he don't get tossed.
It's not even a foul.
No, they would have called a foul, but he wouldn't have got tossed.
But like LeBron went behind his back, your natural reaction as a defender is to throw your hand out. You know what I mean? Like you threw. Sure. I don't know if he knew where he was going to hit him in the nuts, but I mean, you're throwing guys out for this. It reminded me of Eastbound and Down, the first season when Will Ferrell was like the guy that sold like BMWs. Sold the cars.
Yeah. Ashley
Yeah,
Shaver,
BMW.
Ashley Shaver BMW. It's like, dick slapping's my game.
And surely there's been a lot of dick slapping in the NBA too.
Dick slapping's my game.
There's been a lot of dick slaps going around.
Yeah, there has.
But yeah, it just the NBA. There's this, just like in MLB. There's zero consistency. Feels like they're just making shit up, and then just I thought they scored. And yeah, so that's where I'm going. And again, it's only obviously because I'm watching more games than I usually do.
Yeah, and warranted though. You're very warranted because you're not wrong. It's 100%.
Yeah.
Correct.
And in MLB, it's like, do you guys want the robots to come or what? Like,
and the MLB's got me cracking up. Like you saw what happened with Scherzer, right? And you know
what's funny about the Yankees did it 2 days ago, and they did nothing to him.
What's funny about the Scherzer?
That was my crumb last week, right?
What's funny about the Scherzer thing is that the umpire that threw him out
hates him.
Well, that's since they've initiated where they touch your hands, 4 players have been thrown out for subs on their hands, all 4 by that ump. You know that?
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah,
and two of
them have been Scherzer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. Good shit, brother. Good shit.
Good shit. Let's go. Obviously, we don't think the Sixers are going to play until probably next weekend. But
yeah, probably Saturday.
Let's go Phils this week.
Let's go Hawks. Hawks win another game. Extend this series a little bit.
Man, there's a rough collision right now that just happened in this Edmonton Kings game.
Was that Darnell Nurse, Mr. Donovan McNabb's nephew?
Evander Kane just drove somebody into the boards. Or I'm not sure if he drove him in or he lost his feet. The dude hit the boards hard, though.
Oh. Well, I'll see it.
I'll see. Oh, man.
I'll see it probably 5 minutes. Well, no, Kaner's on the ice right now.
It looked bad. Behind the net, behind the King's net.
Here you go. They're coming up on the rush. Oh, here it is. I hope that wasn't that one.
It's Roy.
Not Raw, not Wah.
Is it Wah?
No, I don't know.
Patrick, another kid?
Patrick with another kid.
Patrick not fighting people?
Here it is. Oh, we did. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was nasty.
He's up and okay, though.
But that wasn't bad. You're right. That wasn't bad on Evander. That was just a bad hockey hit.
Like their legs. You see when they just slow down, their legs got tangled.
Yeah. Well, fam, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It's another edition of Agree to Disagree, brought to you by our doc, making yours specializedphysicaltherapy.com, located in Cherry Hill, Princeton locations. Takes most major
Just
insurances.
Burlington, not Princeton.
Oh, shit. I did mess up.
We're good. You're good.
Burlington, Cherry Hill. He's no longer in Princeton. Don't go to Princeton. Go to Burlington.
Don't go to Princeton.
Go to Burlington. Never go to Princeton. There's no reason to go to Princeton. Go to Burlington. Tell me boys at A2D sent you. He'll hook you up. For everybody in the comments, we thank you. We see you all. Tried to get to as many as we had. There's a couple. There you go. Keen just pulled Roy's head to the ground. Draymond stomped on the chest. Ted, Star Wars, Billy, Martian.
Yep. Appreciate all you guys.
KZ.
Good stuff today. Good stuff tonight.
Ethan, loves you guys. You guys are awesome today. Swoopy, love you guys. Thank you guys so much. As we said, no Uncle Sweeps, no Tommy. That's Brian Wilson. I'm Greg Milanovic. This is Agree to Disagree. Turn your alerts on. Sports Hounds tomorrow. Draft coverage all week. We'll be live Thursday. Giddy up.
Hey, yo.